One. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, everybody new and old, probably mostly old. Welcome to another wonderful Echo community stream. Now with the wonderful Dr. Pepper lover, Mr. Tutorial Bot. Welcome.
Hello, sir.
God damn it! You just caused like 3 viewers to drop.
I'm trying to open something. You know, I had a kid today. He was getting me to do Pennywise impressions, and then he wanted a different impression, but he liked the Pennywise one too much, so he made me do the Pennywise impression in as many different accents as he could.
Isn't that the toughest thing in the world?
It is, you know what it is, and often clients, they often ask me to do the same thing, not Pennywise thankfully, but they'll say, okay, right, can you do a slightly berated Irish man who's just had a decent breakfast? And then you'll do it, and then he'll be like, yeah, not that good a breakfast. And it's like, what? That's basically what directors do to me all the time. It's pain in dick. But,
Oh yeah.
wait, am I allowed to say dick? Wait, it's a pain in Richard. Wait, we went through this before.
We can swear a little. It's fine.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Speaking
That's
of,
fine.
I'm struggling to find a segue. That was the segue. We we are, for those of you that don't know and just tuned in, we are going to be streaming. Oh shit! I should actually show the video. We're going to be streaming a community cup, a combat community cup. The third one, I do believe, third combat community cup. Again, organized mostly by Ducky, so thank you to him. And it should be starting in just a little bit. We have our first rounds already set up, so we just need to get some people into the right parties, and everything should be great. Now.
Oh, Morgan.
What?
As he's starting, be right there.
Hell yeah! I think
Student. Hey.
I'm completely
Too many combat players. Oh my god.
not. There we go. Okay.
Ducky. Hey.
And it's spectator. It's not spectator. It's live scene. My naming scheme for my streaming thing is horrible. It is so bad. It's terrible because I have like live scene. I have spectator, spectator EC, black waiting, tournament page, which I half of them I don't use. I have a specific one that's just a description of why there's no cup today. So I can't really use that since there is a cup today. So yeah, I'm organized, as they say in the business.
I think being organized is said generally. You don't need to be in the business. It's just
Oh shit.
As you know, as they say in the industry, good morning.
God.
Yeah, people say good morning anyway. Yeah, as you know, they say in the industry, enjoy your meal. Yeah, they say that a lot.
Good morning, good sir. As we say in the movie business. I wouldn't do well as one of those. People. Let's see.
One of those people.
Oh, I'm in a party. Nice. Hell yeah. Okay. I'll stay in my headset this time so I don't get kicked. And I'll mute myself so I don't annoy all these.
Oh my god, everyone is playing combat. Oh my god, everyone.
It's the combat cup. Dude,
Oh yeah. Okay.
God damn. Oh yeah. Hey, T-Bot, can you hear what's going on in the game?
No.
Cool. Fantastic. Okay, if people are talking to you, I'll just talk to...
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll have to be my translator.
I'll be a relay.
I don't think they would talk to me anyway because they don't see me and they're not watching it, so they don't know.
Are you either you're really high or just not at all high?
I know I am a little tired, to be honest, and I only just started. When you drink an energy drink, it's like a coin flip. Sometimes, like it should work, but sometimes it's like horse tranquilizers to me. I don't understand how it works, but honestly, sometimes
Jesus, horse tranquilizers of all
okay,
things.
I might have been a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
Just a bit.
Yarp. So we're following Ducky's team first. Who's he going to be playing?
Bio something. I'm not actually
I
sure.
see. And who the Willy Faces is on that? Because I really should.
I sent you
I'm
the
not really
link.
good at using this tournament page. I really hate it. I mean,
Really, it's a wonderful site.
what? I can't even work out where to. Okay, players.
Participants. Buy.os.
Oh, okay. So Windows, never heard of them. Frogger Dog, never heard of them. Major 1775, never heard of them. KP, never heard of them. E Regret, I have heard of him. He does wrist flicks in Echo Arena.
Nice. Oh yeah,
is my
by the
knowledge.
way, for the people that only watch Combat, Tesorabot is a professional Echo Arena player on the
Don't
team
say that.
Aftershock.
If Boop's watching,
You are.
he's going to immediately start saying lol /
Well, have you been paid?
yes.
Then you're a professional.
Yeah, that's
That's
disgusting
why
though,
I'm an
because I got paid when I was on my first ever ESL team with Nada and Ravel like a year ago. But I see what you're saying.
You've been a professional for quite some
yeah.
time then.
Yes. Well, I do know a bit about Discord Cups. I did just participate in one, but it wasn't for combat. However, I have participated in a combat cup.
You
In
did?
fact, the last one, the first ever combat cup,
The first
the
ever Combat
Discord.
Cup.
I was, I think we got like 4th place or something.
You
It was
got,
really big though. It had lots of teams in it. It had like 50 billion teams.
Oh yeah, it was
composed.
fantastic. Yeah, you got 4th place. And I remember that because you got in at the last 3 games, I think.
That's right. And it was,
It was quite great. You said that people should break in and like hurt people. I remember that quite distinctly. Of me
doesn't
saying,
sound like me.
Please don't. It was
Nothing, but we were just talking about how shit everyone is.
No, you were saying like, hey, if anybody knows where any of the Eclipse players live, please go over there and like push them.
I might have.
I can't remember the
Did I?
specific thing.
Okay,
It
but I was a
like
bit drunk. You see,
A bit?
which I got quite drunk. I can't remember. Yeah, and then I remember that the number just kept going up and up and up after the actual
Oh
thing
yeah,
was over, and it was kind of like,
the hour-long incidental podcast. That was
yeah, that was not a good day. Well, it was,
Fun.
and it wasn't. And then
Oh.
it was the day I discovered you don't like Dr Pepper, which was distressing.
You're basically
to say
in
the
zero
least.
gravity.
But hey.
See
Speaking
my
of
screen
which,
right now.
wait, hold on.
And
Speaking
there's
of
other
which,
people. It's
I'll
online.
just
You can
go
talk
get
to
it.
everybody.
I saw this in my local supermarket,
You did?
and I
Oh,
thought
God.
I
You're gonna play it
needed
again.
to get it
It's
because
kind of
I
disorienting.
don't like Dr. Pepper. So, this is the Danish version. I think it's the international version of a
Good boot.
Coca-Cola
Good.
Zero.
Oh, look in that hole.
Coca-Cola
Okay, and what's
Zero Cherry.
of the hole in the wall.
It sounds disgusting.
There's so much room in that
Dr.
hole.
What?
I don't want to
What is
drink
it called? What is it? I was just amusing at Boot drinking Dr. Water. What's your weird Danish thing called?
Look, I
What?
promise you'll be fine.
The
I do it
supermarket
every
or
single
Coca-Cola?
day.
So it's just Coca-Cola Zero Cherry.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Well, yeah, that's a decent drink. It's a decent drink. It's not Dr Pepper, but it's a decent drink. But you know, that's
Well,
fine.
I mean, it's like, it's like dog shit or cat shit. I don't want to eat either of them.
Whoa,
I'm gonna force
whoa,
myself.
whoa. First of all, you literally had the opportunity to compare it to piss, which is something that could be drunk, and yet you went for a solid. That's weird. Number two,
That's true, yeah.
you know what? This whole Dr Pepper thing is a story for another time, if I remember rightly. But from what I recall from asking around, Dr Pepper is
What's up with
supreme.
this dude?
In
Look at this
fact,
dude.
Eclipse runs.
Okay, look
on
at this
Dr. Pepper.
dude.
I mean, I haven't seen
Oh,
clips
he's
since
alive now.
05. I'm not even sure
Are
if
you
they're
alive?
alive still. But you know,
Do you speak?
Would you
Yeah.
Do you speak English?
just a moment?
Talk!
God,
yes,
I just need to-
possibly Boop, but because I'm co-casting, it's like finding a little pound coin in the catch it. So
Yeah, I'm the pound coin. I don't know. That was a stretch, and I know it. And don't come at me. Okay.
Could you do me a favor though? Could you ban Jorgen from being able to type? You see, what we're trying to do is to block out his ability to communicate with the world from the platform that is Twitch. I mean, the global idea is to remove him from social media in any form, but we really should. You see, there's another streamer and he has him banned, so I'm thinking we should do that here just to.
It's
true.
It really, really depends. Jorgen, what do you think of Dr. Pepper?
Like that. Yeah, the community needs to be bigger. No, we need more players.
And I'm doing something, so
fuck off.
So I need you
Hey,
to
Jorgen.
relate to me.
What do you think of the crisp, refreshing play?
Oh, I'm seriously so tired of
Refreshing taste of Dr. Pepper.
bigger. We need more players. So I decided.
Don't message him in private and tell him that you'll kill his family if he says that Dr. Pepper's good. Like, let him speak.
No, I'm speaking. I'm talking to Ducky.
Better.
Don't worry. I actually have like a bunch of things I need to do.
Alright. Okay.
That's why I asked somebody a question, so that I didn't have to answer for a bit.
I don't buy it on purpose, but I drink it if I have it. It's alright. You fucking fence-sitting tart.
That's
pathetic.
I mean, yeah, that's a 50-50 answer if I've ever
That's a
heard one.
fence sitter. You're worse than someone who doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I don't buy it on purpose. What do you mean? Like, that makes no sense.
It just falls
How do
into
you do?
my
Just
lap.
trip it? Does it fall into your shopping cart and then you go, oh, what's in there now? It makes no sense. Like, this is him trying to please both sides, and all he did is burn both bridges.
That's true,
You know,
yeah.
Jorgen's a liar. Today he came up, well, yesterday I saw him, and he was wearing these blue and white stripes that I've seen him wear kind of from time to time, but you know, otherwise this is bizarre. And I'm like, well, this is my exact pattern, but with a different color scheme. So I'm like, dude, this is very similar to what I'm wearing. This is interesting. And he's like, oh, I've had this for over a year. And then when he went back to the module, he worked out actually that it had the Echo Combat color scheme. So unless Echo Combat's been out for a year, something is fishy.
Yeah, Jorgen, care to explain?
He's gonna make a dolphin noise. That's very much it.
He's gonna say, well, I mean, kind of. If you had a fence, I'd sit on it. That
No, he's
sounded a
gonna
little
go-
more sexual than I
Awesome,
wanted
something
to.
like that. Just to be okay. So to stay awake through this, I am doing one of two things. One of them is drinking energy drinks, and the other thing will be going for a piss a lot because of the diuretic nature of caffeine. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Well. Just now that we have a little bit of a lull in conversation, because damn, man, he just drones on and on. I hope he can't hear me. But we do have a bit of an issue with teams. Not teams, partying. My partying, specifically, I think. I'm not quite sure. But I'll figure it out at some point. Probably. Maybe, General. You sound like a wonderful person,
Echo is now
but I
muted.
don't want to find out.
What don't you want to find out?
I don't want to find out if General 1
Yeah, that's
or
normal.
1
You know it.
or whatever
Joining
is a wonderful
match.
person.
Understood. Understood. So there are 6 teams participating. Only 2 of them I actually know about. One is Ducky's Try Hard Pub team that do close comms against poor, unsuspecting public people, and the other is Kangorillas, who are an American bunch with mixed characters. One of which is Sputnik Cobra. It's a cool dude. Like him. And the young kind of nerd, kind of Chad Strambitsky.
I think we're finally ready to go.
Wait, is this 5v5?
What?
Is this 5v5?
No. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, I keep seeing.
It's subs, I think. I'm actually not sure at all. Okay, I really
Cool.
hope this still works.
Glad we done our homework. Codsworthless.
Homework. Aren't you
Isn't
30?
Codsworthless that guy that just spams like memes and stuff?
I really don't know. Combat Boop is going to win?
Oh yeah, so yeah, well you can call him Boop 156 if you want. You see, he's the Boop of Echo Combat. So and Boop's very proud of that connection. In fact, he's
Wait, who's Combat Boop? Just so I'm sure.
Ducky is obviously.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
he's
they
quite good at combat. Speaking of being good at things, the game is actually starting. Just so we're
Oh,
on
sweet.
the same
Okay.
page.
So I have two screens to watch. I've got your blurry Discord stream, and then I have the delayed but not blurry Twitch one, which I can use as like a replay thing.
Replay, yeah. I might be able to fix that. But all in all, we are playing on Dyson. We are seeing Bio.os versus Amok. Amok, of course, being the orange team, and Bio.os being the blue team here. Oh, this is not working as intended. There we go, okay. So, please speak for a bit while I fix everything.
Cool. So, why is that guy saying Cod's worthless to win? He's not even in this game.
Ah.
Anyway, this is the full 4 team of Amok, right? That's who they normally have. That's not.
This is the full team, yeah.
Your stream just got really better for me. That's good. Whatever you did, do it. Don't undo it.
I
can read
know.
it now.
Just for you, baby.
That's great. Okay, cool. It looks a bit of a clusterfuck at the moment. I mean, you've got. Wait, a blue team winning?
Blue team are... No, blue team are not at all winning. Blue team are actually losing quite a bit. See, we have them quite scattered all over the place. They did get the point for a little bit here.
6% says otherwise. Oh,
I mean,
wait,
yeah, they did get the point a little bit there, but that's just
I
because one
spoke
person was in there.
Yeah.
That's quite a weird
I don't
thing.
know.
And, I mean, look at this here. They're also attacking not as one here. Not even spawning as one, which is quite a risky maneuver, actually.
I'm not really sure what they're going for here. There's 4 people on the control point. So, blue team is trying to pick them off kind of one by one. I'm not sure that's going to work against these guys because they're probably better off just swarming in there and hoping to win the fight.
Yeah, especially against Amok, everything that you do is gonna be really, really tough. But what you don't want to do is grab 4 meteors and just kind of shoot in general directions, because they're not picking anyone off. Like, there's been no kills for blue team this entire time. There we go. There's the first one. But yeah, you don't want 4 meteors there, because it's not very effective. They do eventually get the point, but there was nothing to that attack. It only really turned around once they had a Comet come out and actually take some sniping shots.
Yeah, I see that. I think the issue with combat is that with a 4v4 scenario where the objective of the game is in one area, it's very difficult to focus on any individual play here. You could have one guy in here go in and kill 4 people one by one, but if you aren't looking at him at the time, you're not going to see it. While in Echo Arena, at least, when someone's got the disc, you know that is generally going to be the thing to focus on. It's nothing against the game, it's just from an observer's point of view. This is definitely harder to...
This is for sure harder to spectate and cast, for sure.
Yeah, for real. I mean, the only thing I could think is to do it in a...
What the hell was happening? Oh god. What the hell was happening there? We did see like the blue team kind of attacking in, but they failed to pick off a completely out in the open player. They're not in the they are not playing as they should right now. Sorry for interrupting.
Blue or orange?
Blue are not playing like they should. Orange is still like they're still slacking a little bit, but that's just because they didn't have time to practice.
I mean, I've only played. I mean, from my knowledge, unless all these new teams are new, I've only played the only 2 teams that we played that were of any decent level were probably Amok and Strembitsky's team, and of course Eclipse, who then ended up winning, but we didn't play them. I think when we played, we plowed through pretty much everyone else up until that point when we played them. So I don't know if Frogger team's supposed to be good or not.
I'm not quite sure either. They do seem to be lacking the crucial skill that allowed you guys to be able to like push through a lot of the fights, which is just have teamwork. Like if you say like we're gonna attack now, you're gonna be better than 90% of the teams. Because in combat especially, you can't carry a team as well as you can in arena.
Does your spectate mode have a first person mode?
I think so.
Okay, because I'm thinking that jumping around the occasional first person might be, at least we can see a bit of individual shooting or something, like completely first person, not over the shoulder. You know, the one as if you were seeing through their eyes. Yeah. I'm thinking that if only there was a way to.
Oh, okay. I got it now. Yeah, it's.
I mean, this.
Sorry to everybody out there. This is like the 4th, I think, cup ever, and the spectate mode is not finished, which is why you may see some errors here and there. So it's gonna be, we're gonna figure some stuff out and how to actually do this.
I don't know. It seems less chaotic to do it from one person's point of view. Only that's only my opinion, of course. But at least we can see if someone's getting some good shots. Like we can see right now, he's on the back of this guy. He's wiped him out. You know,
that was kind of weird.
And if anyone's watching this disagrees, please do speak up, and we can put it back to the 8 people flying around shooting lasers into the sky. One.
I'll switch between them a bit here and there. Oh, that's broken. Okay, I'll remember that. So, the barrier getting actually a lot more play than we usually see. We don't actually see being played that much because it's kind of very weird to play with. It's not that easy to know how and when you should use it, but Flush has been doing it a bit, and I think Ducky's actually also been doing it a bit. And it's interesting.
Just switch to some first person again and see if
Let's see here, the attacking team coming in. Ooh, getting completely demolished here. Not even a chance.
Stick it on. I mean, right now most of the action's going to happen with the orange team, so we could either, you know, like who are we watching right now? We're watching Ducky. Let's watch Ducky and see what he's done. So he's hunting down the rest of the blue guys. He's chasing that guy out, making sure that he's done. Right, he's out of it.
Just dancing a bit.
Yeah, and then they go back and they kept one on there. I don't know. For me, I find it easier to process this from a first-person perspective. As soon as you zoom out, I find it fun. Wow, really?
They changed that. I mean, they.
Yeah, that seems like the sense of humor of Ducky, as in it's not funny, but it you know, he tries. He tries.
Sorry, not combustion.
Okay, so we're changing. Okay, so it's kind of a weird oh goddamn, been experimenting with a god fucking damn it. Sorry, excuse my language, excuse my French. Everything is going fantastically. Ah, damn it, wrong button. Don't worry, There's a little bit of yeah. Oh my god.
Are we now watching Echo Arena?
Don't worry, don't mention it. Okay? Even though everybody
there you
saw
go.
it.
Let's keep watching. This is more like it.
My balls were exposed on stream. So
I
just need to get back. Are you not watching the Discord?
No. I when you closed it, you had Echo Arena. The Superior game was on the screen. I was like, wow, and it was really interesting. And it was an arena, and you know, this guy had this disc, and he threw it like a sport, and it was accurate, and there was dexterity involved.
I don't
and
know
all this
if
stuff.
you can hear it, but he likes arena a little bit more.
I don't think they're comparable personally. One is a pew pew game, and that still has the amazing mechanics of Echo, which is probably the greatest way to move in any VR game, and I don't think that will ever get trumped. I think in a game setup system where you've got your hands only and looking around, Rad has created the perfect way to move.
I think I've actually been thinking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on.
I'm thinking quite a bit about like different VR games and how they actually utilize VR. And I personally quite think, and I don't know all the VR games in the world, but of the ones I know, I think that Echo VR, the engine, is the only one that actually utilizes being in VR. Because, like, let's take Onward, for example. It's quite a cool game, but it's not like we can't experience that playing CSGO or Siege.
Well, the thing is, every game that does it, I don't understand how Rad has quite managed to do the movement and the fluidity of moving in Echo VR is as close to real life as possible. There's a reason why when I was doing all the stupid voices and stuff that I was drawn to Echo to do that. It's just people's just general mannerisms, just the slightest twitch of the head, the slightest turn, and it can all be seen. But if you go on to another game, the characters are usually overinflated, they're clunky, the hands are like they're made from like 4 polygons or something. It's not right.
It is quite a bit more slender and quite a bit more because they are robots and you have like the hands that I think this specific thing I'm doing here with like the fingers go up and down and all that. It's fantastic. But more than that, I think like actually utilizing not just the joysticks for movement, but like you really can't just do that. You have to grab onto things. Is genius.
Yeah, and check this out. Check this out. So make a fist with your hand, right? Like your left hand, yeah. And then face it as if like that, yeah. Now make with your other hand, stick your finger out. Okay. Now place that finger pointed up behind, in the same orientation. No, behind it. That's in front. Right? There you go. You just flip someone off. How good is that? I mean, technically, you could flip someone off properly if they'd have coded it that way. Hey, you're flipping yourself off. See? Isn't that awesome?
I'm flipping you off.
Oh, I see. I see what you did. But you're flipping yourself off.
I'm stretching. Oh,
but no, I don't know. It's really strange. Echo is probably one of the only games that when I get into, I don't feel like I'm in a game. I feel like I'm in Avatar, you know, when he plugs himself in and he wakes up and he's in the little blue alien, right? I feel like that. I feel like Space Pocahontas. My other character, my other persona of me is projected into this arena, and I don't feel like I'm playing a game. It's weird.
I'm not quite. Wait.
Yeah, your stream is stuttering a little bit, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, that's just because I have like high. It's quite intensive. Why is Ducky matchmaking and why am I in a different part? Just a moment. I need to real quick find out what's going on. But I have a question for you in the meantime.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think a standard FPS like? Let's take Onward.
I love you.
Okay, I'm gonna take away Onward and I'm gonna replace it with Contractors. Okay.
Yeah, Contractors.
Contractors
and like say,
has
what
all
could
the
they do?
great parts of Onward with better maps and slightly better gun mechanics. I think it's fantastic. Personally, I would want that in ESL. Like the concept of reloading a gun is such an important element of a gunfight. If your gun you just have to wait for it to recharge, it's not the same as actually being able to throw out a magazine. Not to mention you have to know each gun and how to do it. So for example, when we were playing it and Boop had the shotgun, he had to reload by taking out the cartridge and underneath it's incredible. That and you have to take in a lot of other physical elements of like where the size of the caliber and whether the bullet will drop at this range and the impact of it and stuff. So standard FPS like that, for example, I'm all for it. The only problem is that until we get everyone has one of those treadmill things like from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
The best way to move is going to be the way that Echo does it, which is why I was hoping all along that combat was basically going to be like, imagine if you had an assault rifle, and if you shoot it one-armed, it's going to have a high amount of recoil, maybe close up it'll work. But imagine if you had to push off a wall, hold both hands on the gun, aim, shoot, and then, kind of sort yourself out again by putting your other hand on another wall kind of thing, or spinning. I don't know, I just think it would be incredible.
Yeah,
It'd be
I think
different.
quite personally, I think that's more of a taste thing. I do think, I mean, that we could go into this quite a bit, because I've had plenty of time to think about it. I think Echo Combat is really good because it's in this this engine, but I think it needs some bits here and there fixed and tweaked, and maybe actually, I was talking to Dage, actually maybe turning it into like a hero shooter type of thing. So you have one loadout, and you say, well, if you want this done, you're gonna have to have the I don't know, sniper or whatever. Like,
Yeah, well,
something like that.
I think Echo, using the way that Echo move around, right, you could pretty much have the best game in VR for everything, almost. For example,
Yeah.
imagine if you were a Jedi and you were able to push off things with a lightsaber. That'd be sick.
That would be quite sick. I think for this, like saying it forever, maybe a bit much. Saying it for this type of, like, just a headset and 2 controllers and that's it. I think it's one of the best ways you can utilize that, and I think it's fantastic. They did it basically instantly.
Yeah.
I think it's quite cool.
I forget the name of the game, but there's a VR game with a weird name where you basically can either shoot or have samurai swords. You can run up walls and slow down time.
Sirenso.
Oh my god, that is fun. I don't know if you've done it. If you run up to someone in the game, slide onto your knees, hold the sword out to the side, and slow down time and just disembowel people. It is incredible.
That sounds pretty cool. That sounds actually quite cool.
It's
Just
disgustingly entertaining. Like,
a quick moment.
I mean, you could.
Devil. Are you playing in a bit, or what is it?
Yeah, we're waiting.
You're waiting.
We're trying
Okay.
to make everything. Yeah, go.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. So I'll just stay in this lobby. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. You're saying.
That's fine. You can. At one point, you can run up a wall. Okay. And as you are upside down in slow motion, dual wield shoot at someone.
Damn.
I-
I saw like some early access footage for it, and it looked fantastic. I think, is there any sort of what's it called, versus mode in that?
The last time I checked, there wasn't, but I haven't played it in a while because, as with all single-player games, I got bored. But if there is a multiplayer element to that, that would be incredible. That was probably
That would
the
be fantastic.
second best actual movement I've had in a game in VR. I think for me, the third best was probably Jet Island.
Yeah,
I don't
Jet
know if
Island.
you
Oh,
played.
God.
Oh, Jet Island. Man, that one's incredible. A bit overwhelming for me, to be honest. I played with a bunch of people who had already smashed
Oh,
most of
yeah,
the level.
I think I was in when you first played it. I think.
I wasn't exactly like a duck to water, only because I played it like I was Spider-Man, but
Oh, yeah,
you're kind
you're
of
not
like
supposed to do
Spider
that.
Iron Man, so it's a bit different. But I really would like to have a Spider-Man game like Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation in VR, where you have to
Yes.
spin the web and cycle. That is what I need.
Shit.
And then shoot and all. I mean, the problem is that at the moment, because VR is so experimental as far as these gaming companies are, they rather stick out a wave shooter and test out the mechanics. But I think 5 years from now or less, you are going to be able to get a full-blown game. You know,
Yo, hopefully, I mean, the closest thing we have to it is actually Lone Echo. I think is the closest thing we have to a actually designed for VR story, single-player, full-blown game thing.
yeah, no, probably, you're probably right. The only issue with Lone I knew you said Lone Gecko then, my god. I talked to that guy too much. The only problem with Lone Echo is that if you go from playing a fast-paced Echo Arena game, and then you go and try that play that game again, it's like you're in treacle, and then it's like, yeah, put this box in this wall 4 times, and you're like, oh man,
It looks
this is so slow.
fantastic. I'm also, I should say, I fucking love sci-fi. Like that is basically what I watch, what I enjoy at all. Or sorry, I like, you know, just in general, that's what I do. So I might be a little bit biased, but I do think it's a really, really fantastic start for VR. And I think
No, it's
a lot
great, it's
more,
great.
Like a lot more player or developers should look to Echo VR to see like.
Space games are going to be, as quite clear so far, a real novelty that can translate well in VR.
Oh,
like
yeah.
me, Boop, and Slin and Gecko, for example, we played a couple of these games together. We played the Star Trek Bridge Crew one. which is as good as you make it. And then we played recently. We played Iron Wolf, where you're in a submarine and you have to work
that's the
together
submarine
to.
game, yeah, right?
Yeah, that game's awesome as well. But going out into space where you can kind of look around and see the stars and shit, that, I mean, it is good. The other thing about Lone Echo is that I really hate it for the fact that the voice acting is so good. It really annoys me.
It's quite good. It is actually like whoever played Olivia did a fantastic job.
I mean, the thing is, voice actors are just actors. They're not people who like you can't just be a voice actor. It doesn't work that way because you're gonna have to act. Voice acting is just acting. So when you end up with a proper decent voice actor who can act like them, it's the same as if they had voiced something in an animated movie or a Pixar or whatever. They don't get paid quite the same, but that is
Unfortunately,
definitely it's still money for Old Rope.
that is true, and you get. I mean, seeing like I can't remember. Did you play Detroit Become Human?
I beg your pardon.
There's a game called Detroit Become Human. It's interesting. Let's call it that. But there's a dude in the guy that plays one of the three main characters. He was kind of well known before. Like people kind of knew him. Like, you know, wasn't a household name, and now he has like a dedicated following. So if you are a voice actor, if you do like any sort of thing with games, you're gonna get dedicated fans. Like
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird.
I mean, it's like any actor. Like, you definitely get less attention. I think if you're just if you're known for doing voice acting. And the most famous voice actors tend to have done acting first. Like Mark Hamill, who did the Joker, was obviously known as Luke Skywalker before then. But in any case. What are we waiting for? Because I have lost track of time
We
already.
are waiting for a bit of a switch in players and map, but it looks like we are just about finished. So we should be.
So that
starting
game
in-
that we just watched, that has completed, I assume.
No, that was the first round.
Watermelon.
Why the tits on a Christmas tree has it taken this long for a switch of players and map or whatnot?
It looks like we have that that party issue where some people don't get invites and some people do. I think I found a fix actually, and it's to
Leave the party and
No,
then
no,
invite it.
the person that has the issue needs to invite someone else, and they need to
I see.
accept it. So you form a party again, and then it sort of opens it up. I think because every time I've done that, every time I had the issue and then done that, it's been instant that it worked. So I think if you're ever having this issue, try that.
It spawns right
That
there.
usually works.
It's gonna be right there.
Okay.
Yeah, party issues. Yeah.
So you
It's
have to wait for it to respawn.
it's
It's gonna be right there, exactly right there.
Oh, I'd just like to take this opportunity to tell anyone listening to this that when you play Ocarina, if you underarm flick the disc by flicking it, twisting it, and getting 19 meters a second without any effort at all, you're an idiot. You know who you are, and you make the game much worse than it should be. Thank you.
Can
Oh,
I?
look, I just made someone leave. I think Ender just left.
can I maybe say that in a little bit more of a diplomatic way? Oh, hey, I'll be going in spectator a bit. So,
Shame.
are we playing? Are we waiting for the rest of the team?
Exactly.
Cool. But I'll go into spectate in just a bit. So, but yeah, have a good match. But I think what tutorial is trying to say is that if you use exploits that have been specifically stated as exploits and have been specifically banned, then you might not be as good of a player as you think you are, and should probably stop doing it. So
Problem is,
that you can
Myron,
learn
a lot
how
of these
to actually
people,
do it.
I've actually had these people tell me in a game that that's how the pros do it. Even though no pro of any decent level, that especially would ever beat my team, does it. Like, it's specifically a level 50 middle range, mostly NA thing. I think like Ender considers himself the best at it, which is like
Let's
saying
not
I'm the
name
best.
specific people.
It's like saying, sorry,
Anymore.
Ender VR. I meant.
God damn it! I
Anyway,
just
look, the game's
said-
on. Look,
No,
they're
no, no.
playing.
We're still waiting for a bit.
Oh, good. So I can
just have to
continue
start
trash
it
talking Ender. No, but like at the moment, there's a shield issue as well. Like if you go onto the shield and you pull yourself forward, you can generate 90 meters a second without doing anything at all. Now, that shouldn't be possible, and it's something that's currently broken. And I'm hoping to high heaven it'll be fixed. Mostly just because it would be hilarious to watch 70% of the pub players lose their ability to shoot when they go, hang on, I take the disc, I throw it underarm and I twist it in a very peculiar way, and it doesn't whiz forward at lightning speed. Makes no sense. It'll be like,
Oh,
no, it's almost like you have to throw it properly. Anyway, I just wanted to take the opportunity to tell those idiots that they're idiots, and now I can stop.
well, opportunity taken. Consider it done. I don't know. I didn't really.
Are there any stupid cheap exploits for Echo Combat?
Combat. There are a couple that we might should actually say. You can stick your hand through walls and shoot. I don't know if it's been fixed yet. I'll just real quick focus on the game here. Going in 2-on-2, 2v2 versus a full team might not be the best thing unless you do it unless you do it really, really coordinated, which was what we saw here. They don't. I can't talk. They did it really coordinated. Both went in on exactly the same time. That is what you want to do. You don't want to go in one team and then another team.
I
But
had an idea.
Yeah.
What about when the action's happening, you make it first person? Like right now, it wouldn't be first person, right? Because they're waiting for shit to go down. But then when shit goes down and it's a clusterfuck of everyone shooting everyone, you zoom in on a couple of first person people, live their battle for a second, and then
Yeah.
when that dies down, go wide again. I don't know if that's possible.
good idea. Good idea. I'll try. Remind me to do first person because
I know you're doing a lot of stuff, so
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. If you remind me, that'd be perfect. But speaking of exploits, we have the sticking hand through a wall to shoot as an exploit, or not an exploit, but it's a thing you can do.
it's an exploit because you shouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but sticking your hands in front of your face to not get headshotted, which is really, really smart, but completely.
I don't think that's an
ruins
exploit.
stuns.
I don't think that's an exploit at all. I mean, that
I
would
don't
happen
think
in
either.
real life.
But
I think
it's a
that's smart. Like if you I watched a video where someone, well, not a video, I read about a person who actually had their partner shoot them with a shotgun in real life, and they put their hands in the way and their arms deflected the pellets away from their skull. So that's pretty close to real life. I think it's a good idea.
that's
Also,
that's pretty interesting.
just blue team are winning.
Blue team are winning quite a lot, but blue team is not the blue team last time. Blue team is the orange team last time. The blue team is AMOC, and orange team is buy.os, or BIOS probably. Stoti, you don't want to do that. What the hell are you doing? You're better than this. So, a kind of a fractured attack here from AMOC. Not what we want to see, because they've already wasted a good bunch
Get
of
some
consume.
first-person action going.
Good idea. They've always seen a lot of
This is somewhat entertaining now. We can actually see the individual battles that are happening. Yeah, just keep flicking through until you find someone that's in a fight. That's the best way to do it. There you go, that's good.
Ooh, being in a 2v1 and also having only a comment. I don't know how he's not dead yet. Windows 10 is quite good at not dying. That is quite amazing. But blue team does in the end grab it. Only 20% left. It's looking bad for buy.os, but yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Fine. It's very difficult to work out in these combat games who stands out as a good player and not. Like, it just seems to be like you hit a certain ceiling that's already ridiculously low, and everyone is kind of good. Oh, congratulations, blue team. So if
Team on the first.
they win this one as well, then they've won the best of 3 or best of 3, and then they
Yeah.
progress through the tournament. Is there a losers bracket?
I'm not sure. I think there is.
I just want to know how long my life is going to go on for tonight. That's
It's
all I-
not gonna be a Discord cup. I really hope.
Okay.
Because I don't wanna make it sound like I'm having the tough deal here, because I'm really not. Playing this is really, really hard. But so is talking for 8 hours. I just want to put it out there.
I would argue that No, Sendo. I will. I will not. I will. By midnight, I'm out. Unless it's a really interesting game. Oh no, I can't. I don't know. Or unless my team gets a scrim or something.
We'll see. We'll see. But oh, some great stuns coming out here. For those of you that didn't watch for a little bit, stuns have been nerfed quite significantly. I think they have a really slow grow range now. They don't stun for as long, and it's really tough to hit if you're just a random pub player like me.
I wouldn't say it's tough to hit, but it's still.
It's not the god particle as it was before.
Yeah, it's nice to see that now you don't go into every engagement, throw a thing.
Yeah, it's much more interesting now, and a good take to blue, by the way.
Like you just throw it. I mean, I just remember that you literally get into a 1v1, ready for a fight, and then the guy just throw a stupid thing at you.
It's the problem of having something be really overpowered, because there's no reason to do anything else. Flushman taking names, that was quite good. I don't know if you saw, he went in, he did get killed there, but he did grab 2 kills for himself with no backup, which is quite good. That is quite amazing. So
can I get some more opinions here? The first person mode, cycling through first person, looking at the actual individual fights, is that more spectator friendly, or is it better to have it on the wide? I'm sure a combination of 2 would be ideal, but I'm personally I prefer, like there, we can see that person putting down an arc mine and stuff like that. We would miss that on the wide, but opinions are exactly that, and I don't want to be robbing everyone of the normal wide shot just because I thought it'd be a good idea to make you do first person. So if someone could let me know.
It is quite a bit harder to do because I just kind of flip through. I don't really have any idea who I'm going to.
Yeah, well basically here's what I recommend you do.
It looks better.
When there's a fight, go through first person, watch the engagement. When that person dies or they kill someone, switch to the next one. You know, if someone's just farting around doing nothing, move to the next one. Like that guy right there, he's shooting and he's getting shot at. Let's see through his eyes. I think it's way more interesting this way. I know you are concentrating on everything.
Windows,
It's actually a bit of a battle, and yet
Wait.
The other...
They haven't actually seen him. He can actually go up there. Oh, no, he died. Okay, they just got him in the last spot here. They're gonna have to be really quick.
So Blue got the whole thing right now, I see.
Yeah, oh yeah. If they want to contest, they got a boost, but they were just a little bit too slow, so... That is cool. First game to AMOC. Sorry, second round to AMOC, so that is the actual first game to AMOC. Just so we are up to speed, everyone. Kangaroolus and Via Respawn both won their fights, engagements. So we have Kangaroolus and Via Respawn at a shared first, Barbarian Flamingos and Ignite at a shared third, and we'll be going into probably AMOC versus Kang or Via Respawn.
That'll be a good game. That'll be a good game. Interesting fact about Kangaroolus, Strembitsky is giggly and kind of chirpy in real life so much it's impossible to know when he is not high. Just thought I would pass that piece of information on to everyone here.
I don't know. I'm quite a vanilla person. I don't do the marijuana. So I don't
do the marijuana.
No. I don't know what to look for.
But yet you drink.
I do.
A far more harmful and dangerous substance, alcohol.
Very. No, well, it's far more permanently harmful. Both of them are poison.
See, he said shut the fuck up tutorial, but he's got a grin on his face. He says it. I know it. I've met him. He does. I know he does. I don't think I've ever seen Strembitsky goes from giggly and happy to screaming fuck as loud as he can, and then straight back to giggling again. It's awesome.
Oh.
Dude,
God.
What are you doing? You sound really weird.
I was just reminded of the wonderful taste of Dr. Pepper because I just cracked open the cherry thing.
Your team.
That was bad.
Why wouldn't you just buy Dr Pepper and
It
give it another
tastes
go? Why
like-
would you buy it? Why you can't? You're basing this off a memory of when you were just out of breast milk. So I don't
I
understand.
was just out of breast milk. It's like 3 years ago.
Yeah, you're like, how old are you?
Have a guess, because nobody has gotten it right.
20.
That's actually quite a bit lower than people usually put it.
How old are you?
I'm 23, so it was a good
Okay,
guess.
so I was in the ballpark. I was in
You're in
the
the
ballpark.
ballpark, but people usually put it at like 40.
What?
I think it's the voice, because it's quite a bit
Yeah,
lower in
you've got
VR.
quite a deep baritone voice. I'll give you that. And I have the voice of a 14-year-old boy, but you know, you can
And
usually
the body.
tell from the. No, I have the body of a 15-year-old boy that likes muffins, but you know. All right,
I
Weasley,
like-
calm down.
I like you're like no. It's not a 14-year-old boy. It's a 15-year-old boy. You fucking idiot. Like,
Listen,
oh,
it was
okay.
a 14-year-old
Sorry.
boy 5 years ago, right? But I have to age at least 1 year every half decade. That's the rule.
Wait.
That is the rule.
How old are you? Aren't you like 30?
I'm exactly 30.
Hell yeah. I think you've told me before, but it's not
Of course
that
I
big of a
have.
victory.
Nobody gets my. Ender thought I was like 19.
19?
Like, yeah, like one time I can't remember. I just called him like a kid. I said, "When you're old," and he's like, "Whatever, you're like 2 years older than me." He was 17, and I'm like, no." He's like, "Oh," but hey,
Well, I mean,
Who knew?
that's what you get for being ancient with a not so ancient voice.
I mean, there isn't much about me that gives away my actual age, except for the fact I've had about 5 careers up until the point where I became an actor, including being an ex-cop. But interesting.
That was a career?
Th-
You were an ex-cop as a career? That's quite interesting.
Yeah, I actually say that, but police officers who get the 30 years before they get to retire actually get a nice pension. So being an ex for them is a career.
I
But
could imagine.
interesting thing, there has been so much speculation as to what Ducky looks like. Now, Ducky's team are very aggressively trying to be the best in EU, and maybe because there isn't much competition, that will happen. Now, should that happen, and should the ESL pick up Echo Combat, Ducky will be going to possibly some kind of LAN event.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning, not only will he not be able to avoid communication, but that little mofo will have to be there. I mean,
Ducky,
can you imagine?
Ducky, you wonderful,
You have
wonderful man.
no idea how excited we are. You imagine if he has to do like the media day and he's got to turn and cross his arms and look at the camera while they slow it down and they just play in the background. It's gonna be so cool. I'm so excited for that. Like I
if,
genuinely am supporting his team so that they can
Oh, yeah.
get to a LAN and I can meet Ducky face to face.
Well, I mean, also it should be said, they are the best team in EU right now, like for sure. But
Yeah, exactly. And therefore, I hope to see Ducky at a LAN event.
Oh yeah. I this is said purely out of love. God damn, Ducky, you are
No,
like
genuinely.
Mysterio.
Most of the people who act like assholes in game are actually pretty pleasant in real life. The competitive gamer scene is very different from how people are often in real life. There are certain people who are exactly the same in real life. I think Afantera, Viatrax, myself, we're very, very similar in real life as we would be online. But a lot of people, they put on a front online compared to their actual in-person persona, and I think Ducky would very likely be one of those. But who knows? All I know is that one day he will no longer be able to hide.
We will.
Strembitsky's saying we could cast them. They're about to play someone. Are we going to be able to do that?
I'm not sure. I'll just real quick find Devil and ask how.
I mean, it would
close
be
they
a
are.
nice change.
Yeah, Strem, please just send me an invite and I'll figure it out by then. But having the invite is great. I'll just figure out how close we are. Hey guys, how close are we to getting a match?
I'm going to go pee again.
This long? Is it long? Okay, so quite long. I might jump over to Strembitsky's game if the invites work for a bit, but I still have your invite stored up, so I can just get back in. So, maybe. If I'm not spectating, that's why. But I will just figure it out real quick. Okay. Boop, you thought I was 40? God damn. Sorry, I can't look too much at the chat because I'm wearing a headset for a little bit. So, you know. Let's just see here. There we go. We've had? Have we had this conversation? Okay. When I cast or talk in general, I found out I black out more or less. Like I cannot remember conversations I've had at all. It's just I don't remember like doing any of the I remember doing the events, but I don't remember like talking in the events. I just kind of remember that there was an event and I probably did talk because that's what I do. I might have gotten an invite here. I have. Oh, okay. I just need to quit out. Ooh. There we go. So, but yeah, the voice. I've been looking at. Jesus, I've been looking at getting, actually training my voice.
Nico, where
You
are
are now
you?
self-muted.
Oh wait.
You
Yo,
are
Malaren.
no longer
Yo, what's up, man?
So good to see you.
How you been?
Okay.
I will mute
Pretty
myself.
good.
Are we going in a game now or?
Hey, Malone, you're Danish.
Well,
aren't
I
you?
gotta go to Burger King real quick, and then I'm.
Oh
coming back.
no, you don't. God damn, we've had enough of that. Oh,
What's
man.
happening? Who's happening?
We
Who's
need to
touching
tell
what?
tutorial
Danish,
bot
I'm
that
Norwegian.
he's got to stop judging me for my substance abuse.
Hey T-Bot, you can't judge Strambitsky for his substance abuse.
Yeah.
You gotta do it
I
quietly.
have stories.
He
about
judges
tutorial
me
bot,
for
but I
that
keep
one
my
time.
mouth shut.
He says he has a.
Okay, are you inviting Tutorial, Malar?
Yo, what happens
No,
when
no,
Lester
shut up.
stays at Lester?
Yeah.
Alright, let's
Okay,
go.
so we can go in.
Yeah, we can go.
You tell him he judges me for that one time. He knows.
Hey, tutorial bot says fuck you.
Yeah, well.
What the
that's
hell?
Probably what I expected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
He says he expected it, T-Bot. Yeah. How could you say such a thing?
Really? You are the
Are we
worst
inviting
person
tutorial bot?
on the planet, Lauren.
Yeah, they're casting together, I believe.
Yeah, we're
Tell him
casting
what I
together.
said.
He's in the Discord. So I'm just.
Yeah,
doing
but
the
he
game.
doesn't need
Oh,
to
yeah,
be in
yeah.
the game.
No, he doesn't need to be in the game.
No,
Okay,
he
cool.
doesn't. They're just sharing screens, right? Something like that.
Strambitsky, I hope you watch this back,
I'm just
and
gonna
I hope
put
you
you on our
realise that
team
Malaran
first.
is a
Oh,
giant
you
penis
started
head.
as spectator.
Hey. It's not that big.
God, why don't you just leave?
I don't think it's very big at all. Just the head part.
It's actually okay. So
You know what?
apparently
Your
I'm-
cock size probably not relevant. You know what your problem is? You're always inappropriate. You should be more like me.
I should be
Yeah?
more like you. As
Uh-huh.
to not be
I-
inappropriate.
I am politically correct. So
You're actually the opposite since you're a white man. Boom. That joke's never been made before.
what?
Okay.
Actually, in my region, I'm the minority. Where I live, I am
Really?
the minority, and you're infringing on my rights as a
aren't-
minority.
You're quite small, but I wouldn't call you a minority.
Don't think you understood. Minority in the sense that I'm not the majority of the populace.
I know. I'm just calling you little. Because you are.
I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't call myself a little, but that works.
I wouldn't either. I haven't seen you. I don't know how big you are. I know literally nothing about your physical appearance.
You haven't seen like any of the Leicester thing?
I saw you wearing Affenter's shirt.
Okay,
That's quite a
I'll
picture.
describe myself. I'm like one of the seven dwarfs who used to work out, and then next to the gym they built a muffin shop.
You frequent that.
And he only had enough money to pay for the gym or eat lots of muffins. And the muffin shop was first. That's probably the most accurate way to
that is true. I think that the specific picture, and I think Nada had it somewhere. You looked like you had just woke, like you looked like you had slept over at Affin's place, in that kind of
Affin is my
girl.
eating buddy though. In fairness,
eating-
both every time I ate something in LAN,
Oh.
Affin Terra was sitting across from me.
Oh.
So, like, in Leicester one time, we'd just eaten and we were full, and then we saw pizza and we're like, let's get pizza. And Viatrax is like, why would we eat pizza? We were all full. And we looked at him like he was stupid. So then me and Affin, we ate pizza even though we didn't need food because it's pizza. And Viatrax just watched us. What an idiot.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I completely I think I'm back.
So we're going to call the orange team the meme team because Codsworthers is on it. And all I know about him are two things: that he is obsessed with memes and is very, very likely a virgin. And then we've got the blue team, which has got some people I know and one person I don't.
It
Loveridge is a cool guy as well. He keeps to himself.
Loveridge is cool.
Sputnik Cobra is a comedian that's wasted. He should be doing some comedy things. Guy is funny, and he's got a great sense of humor as well.
He does.
I reckon I could
should-
burn a synagogue in front of him, and he'd still find a way to make it fun. Oh, are they playing now?
Jeez, yeah, we are in a game. I should be saying that, just for the record, this is via Respawn versus Kangaroollas, just so we're on the same page here. But we are actually in the game here. It's quite an intense first team fight. It doesn't really need to be at all, because the point only opens up now. So whoever wins, like, any of the team fights now are just there. You didn't need that fight. But Blue, all in all, did win it.
Okay, so this is what Strimbitsky does. Okay, he often, especially on this map, he sits back and he will snipe mofo's left, right, and center. He's arguably the best at it as well. Although, I mean, without enough time to really go past. I know Boop's good at it. I've played against him and had my robot face cracked in one shot enough times to know that. But he will sit there and he will create a problem for people who are trying to camp his point. And if you watch him now, if you could just switch to Strem, he should still be up there sniping.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's gone in. He's gone in. Look, he's gone wide. Oh, boom! Look, headshot. See?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
making use of it close up as well, though.
Yeah, it's been there was a change that wasn't well documented or discussed, or sorry, it was quite well documented, but it wasn't discussed as much. The sniper actually had a change where it's now way easier to aim, since there's a little bit of slowdown on your hand movements. Before there were no slowdown, so every little tremor in your hand could be seen. So
Wait,
it's actually
they've done
a bit
what?
They've basically made it easier to aim, which it needed. But that's why you see it more being used in one hand as opposed to the beta, where it was only used with two hands. That you didn't see a good player that only used one hand ever. Well, here you see, like as you said, Strimbitsky is really good with the sniper, and he uses only one hand most of the time. I think over just sitting up there, not really doing anything. Oh, he's dead. That's why.
Could be why. That explains it. Well, I mean, this is going as I would expect right now. I'm just amazed that Strimbitsky's team have even sacrificed this many percentages as is. But
it's quite interesting. I do believe Strimbitsky's team, or also known as Kangaroollas, I think personally they are the not the second best team, but they're up there. They are the usual opponents for AMOC.
But I mean, like, who EU and A? I have not been paying attention. Who is the number one?
Right now, it's a bit hard to say. Just going in here. Okay, we see a lot of weapon switching. Again, because the snipers don't work. But right now, I would say AMOC is of the teams that usually play. AMOC is number 1 EU, and Kang is number 1 NA.
So we
I
need a
would
so we'll have a good Kang versus Amok.
Most
final
likely,
then,
yeah.
hopefully.
But it's weird because we see like Eclipse was really good, and I would like dare to say even Gravity or Aftershock would be really good still, because it's still much more about team play than it is about individual skill. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's weird to say now who's the best. But of the team that regularly play Amok and Kang, and closely followed by VR Respawn. Sorry.
Pretty close. I don't understand this. What's going on? Like, is COD's worthless meme team actually quite good, or is Kang Gorillas just taking it easy on them? I don't really understand this.
COD's Worthless, as we also see here, has been switching weapons constantly. Most of their players actually have been saying, well, they started out with snipers, and now they've gone over to a mixture of pulsars and.
Whoa! They've actually just took over. They've actually just taken over.
Yeah, they adapted to the situation, and that is crucial.
So I can see that Kang Gorillas are forcing their hand now. They or have had their hand forced, and they're having to push up to try and do something about this, because all it takes, like, if Orange Team can defeat this wave now, they will win this one. It'll be done. So Blue Team, Kang Gorillas need to do something, but it doesn't look like. It looks like I can't really see from this. I think it's COD's Worthless is destroying, but he did die. Did he?
Yeah, he did die. We have seen VR Respawn actually winning the first round here.
Wow. So COD's Worthless's meme team actually takes the round.
And it was, and I do believe it was a good round, and I think you praised him quite a lot, Strumbitsky. He is really good with the sniper, but at this stage of the game, and at this stage, actually of this specific game, not just combat, you need to be able to get a quick read on your opponent and change to fight them, because you can be fantastic with the sniper, but it doesn't help if your team's dead, and it doesn't help.
Well, let's
if
see
you
what
can't
happens
fight
now.
the
Let's see
specific
if Let's see if Strem's going to adjust to that. Let's see. If
I
he's
hope
gonna
they adjust, because that's.
Wait, maybe he doesn't need to. Maybe the adjustment will be smaller than that. Maybe he just needs a different positioning. But right now, it looks like they are doing some crazy skydiving thingamajiggy.
We don't actually see that a lot. The dropship being used is quite rare. It's quite interesting there, but not really working on their favor as the first kill goes to VR Respawn.
Can you switch to Strem? I want to see what loadout he's got right now. Like,
he died.
Doing?
So
okay,
he actually has the.
So he's still rocking the Comet. He's still rocking the Comet. I think he's definitely gonna go back and he's gonna continue doing what he does. No one is really dominating right now.
Kastnas here, doing his best to try and survive, but who's dominating is actually Blue Team. They have 3 men on point, and no one.
Oh yeah,
really
yeah. They're the first ones there. So it looks like they're going to take the lead, but they took the lead in the first game, and then they end up losing it somehow. So, but they are all there, all 4 of them, and now it's up to Orange Team to go in full-heartedly, and hopefully that's what they're going to do. They'll do a proper 4v4 clash, and the best men will win. What I saw in the other game was that they tried to do this little picky out thing, and it didn't work so well.
It didn't work, and also
who's this guy?
This is Kastnas. He's not really hitting his shots, but
no, I see that.
Actually, Kang Gorillas' positioning are really it's not on point at all. As we also see here, VR Respawn is just going and just killing people left and right. Nothing.
Yeah, they got cleaned out. That's not good for them.
But their whole positioning, their whole setup, because you can really play with the setup here, especially in this map. They haven't done anything. They haven't really thought about it, which is why they can't hold on for anything. Like, yeah, they held on for like 50%. That's the same as last time.
See, I see this a lot. This is what happens. You get people who will just sit out there and kind of pick them off. I honestly think a 4-man ambush is your best option here. I really don't think.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's obviously like no situations are exactly the same, but I just don't. I don't think I've ever seen it work where you just flicker at people from the distance. And, like, if you've got a solid group of 4 in there, they can just hide in the tunnels and then kind of come out when they feel like it. But
yeah. If you hit every shot, if you hit like, or 90% of your shots, that is how you support your team as a sniper. You can't be like, you have to be like Strumbitsky, you can't be like Kastnas. Because Kastnas did miss most of his shots, the ones we saw at least. and Strabisky has hit most of his shots. So that's the difference here. You cannot miss shots. That's just not what you can't. Don't do it. That's not how you.
Don't miss. Well, it looks like Strabisky's team this time have managed to be they're a little bit more aggressive than they were in the last one. They kind of sat back and played it cool. I think they were just expecting to win this a lot easier than they did, and they got a little bit surprised. But now look at them, they're going all ham. They are going full out.
But they did also adjust a little bit. They adjusted both their weapons and their positioning in the last bit here, and as a result, they have 2% left. So
yeah, what's Grimrocking right now? Is he still sniping?
I do believe so. I can't quite see it right now, but looks like it.
Okay.
But yeah. Of course, us just saying, yeah, switch your weapon out if it isn't working. That isn't. It isn't as easy.
I don't
as
think
that
that was
if
the
you're-
issue.
No,
I don't
if you're
think they were taking it
fantastic-
seriously.
If you're oh yeah, not that either. But if you're fantastic with the sniper, stay with the sniper, because it's a little bit more complicated than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that this happens a lot actually. You can underestimate an opponent and relax too much and kind of have your it's the same in arena. You can just be thinking about the bigger opponent, and then you get the underdog in the game, give everything they've got and have a solid game, and it can surprise you, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta have your head in the game every time. Take every game
So
seriously.
I imagine this round will probably go the same way as the last one now. I imagine that it will be a good 50-60% chunk to Kangs. Now they've figured it out, now they've pushed for it.
I think so too, and their positioning is way better here, as we see 3 people on the outside and 1 person on the inside, just kind of taking some pot shots here and there. Now actually going in because of points unlocking. So not taking that initial first fight that you really don't need to take. Oh, yeah. That was bad. There we go. That first fight you don't need to take. You just need to kind of go in as the points unlocking and take them out. There's really not much more to it than that. Oh god, oh god. Don't stay upside down, come on. It's hell to watch.
Lemming would disagree, he'd say it's the only way.
Yeah, but Lemming's wrong.
Obviously.
I mean, I don't know. That was just instinct.
That was instinct. The instinct to say Lemming is wrong is not a bad instinct, I think, just because it's amusing.
It is quite amusing. I do quite find him quite funny though. I do enjoy him as a player.
He's a witty guy.
Pretty cool. Oh, great attack here. Unfortunately, Via Respawn's attack was actually stunted right from the start, but they seem to have pushed through it. The first kill went instantly to what are they called? They're called not AMOC, the blue team right now. That was not quite what we wanted. Exactly.
Yeah, this is going so far as predicted. I mean, Orange have currently got position, and you know they're probably going to take a couple, but can't imagine that it's going to get much past this unless they really do surprise them. Although that it's amazing how quick that percentage goes up.
Oh yeah,
it is contested.
You need to have a person in there. 100% of the time you need to have a person in there. You should not have just 4 people outside the point, because that is just not worth it. Not right now. Ooh, a lot of kills going out left and right. No real clear winner here. But Strabisky does.
Strabisky is really he's sticking to his comment, but his aggression now. He's taking it to the guy like. He's not even treating it like a sniper most of the time. But now he's got the capture point, he's going to take up his sniper position again. It's actually impressive to see people use the Comet up close. Because it's the amount of shots you only get before you have to reload that.
Yeah, and it is... Oh my god, a great attack here. Holy hell, that was quite fantastic.
Yeah, that Meteor, what's it called again?
Meteor, yeah.
Yeah. Who's doing best so far? Well, I mean, technically, Team Jersey VR, it would be Strabisky's team.
They
but
have
then-
just gotten. If they get this, they do win the first game, I do believe, and it's looking
If
pretty
they
good.
get to 100% now, then my guesstimate was pretty close. But I have to say that this COD's Worthless meme team has put up way more of a fight than I expected. But then I don't know about most of these teams.
Yeah, they've got it.
I don't play comic. I don't enjoy it. But it looks like it's almost sealed. They just need to kill that last guy, so they can get rid of the guy who's contesting it.
Vidman, though,
But
he
more
is-
oranges are coming in, and it's 1%. And
Oh! They all went out. They all went out the point. There we go. That was
that is the first game goes to the Kangs.
first game going. Yeah, this is first round. So we do have our second round again.
Does that mean we have to go back to the flipping lobby and wait for 45 minutes?
I think not, because most people play Dyson. Dyson is by far the most popular match.
So it's done on the map choice, right? Got it. And yeah, I imagine here we go anyway.
All right, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I got this covered. I don't really. But yeah. Dyson is by far the most popular one. I believe because it's really open, and also you can spawn in different places, which is not something we've seen before, and is quite good. Really enjoy it. Shit. Wait, did I? Are you there?
Hi.
Alright, okay, nice.
Joining.
There we go. So, but yeah. So I think we'll be seeing that again. I just got kicked from the party, so I'll just fix that real quick. I don't know why I'm still drinking Zero Cherry, because it just tastes of dishwater. It is horrible.
Are you sure you're not just drinking dishwater?
I could very well be. Yeah, I'm back. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I get kicked from the party every time. So, sorry, I just need to get back. But there we go. What was I saying?
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are the best, or generally considered the best at anything, be that drawing or ironing your clothes or taking the dog for a walk, Jersey is looking to recruit you to Team Gravity so that he can make a team out of it. So if you do have any inquiries about it, please do contact him, and you could be the European best dog walker anyone has ever seen.
I mean, is Gravity looking for a caster? Because, I mean...
Don't think that quite yet. I think eventually, when Jersey owns half the world, that he will own you anyway, so he could put you to any use he wants, to be honest.
Jersey can own me any day.
That's a little gay.
Ugh.
Okay. 2019, man, you do you. Or he will. Either one.
No, I'll do Jersey.
Sure, whatever work. And
That's the worst.
I warn you, you'd have to be the best, or he's not interested. That's not how you make the teams, by getting the best.
Wait, the team? He has has he recruited a harem for Team Gravity?
Yeah, that's how it works. If you get a team.
That's how it works, okay. We're in a game, by the way, I should mention. It's Combustion.
Oh, so they've gone for combustion.
Gone for Combustion.
Right,
Really-
okay, that's interesting.
Really interesting map. I hope we see a lot more of the tunnel usage, because... Yeah, coming in 2019, yeah. I hope we see a lot more of the tunnel usage, because we don't see it that often, and it is one of the most interesting things about this map.
Yeah.
I do believe. No one taking the wall hack thing. It's quite weird. Since apart from healing, it is literally one of the best things in the game.
Wait. The wall hack? What?
That one. We just saw the threat scanner that basically highlights every
Oh,
enemy.
right. Copy that. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's always good to have one person on the team like that.
Oh yeah, it's the best. Apart from healing, it's the best attack mod, like hands down.
You know, when the beta was out, one of them, I don't know, I participated in all of them, so I forget. But phase shift was OP for a little while because, was it? I don't know. I felt like it was.
Phase shift was only OP because nobody knew how to play against it.
That could be why. I think that's until everyone discovered that you could throw a massive orb the size of Jupiter at someone and shock them.
Oh yeah. Whoa. There we go.
But that was actually leaving people open for play space abuse because people could run away from the point where they were. Let's say you get stunned at a corner, it would run around the corner.
That was, I think the worst it has ever been, and hopefully will ever be, to the point where after the cup, we we had David just say, "Thanks for the cup, guys," and fuck stuns, like just straight up saying, "Yeah, it'll be nerfed." He didn't care.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, I'm actually really pleased to see that people are going with different things now. So
holy shit! Already at 81%, Strumbitsky's team really just going for it, and they're gonna win this round. I mean, there's not really a lot that Respawn can do.
I mean, this is more what I expected. I actually thought it would go the other way. I usually find that this is the map that throws the pros off their game a little because they don't tend to play it as much. But in this case, not quite so. I mean, I think when we played Strumbitsky's team, we actually beat them a round or two on this one.
You beat them one round here, and then you...
and then I think one half round on the other one. I don't remember. But either way, they absolutely demolished this one. Can someone confirm if there is a lower bracket? I mean,
can someone confirm the brackets? What are they? Because I really don't know, and I don't really have the time to look.
I don't know how to use this tournament site, and at this stage, I don't want to.
There is a bracket thing. There's a bracket little tab.
Bracket thing.
Confirmed. There is one. Okay.
I feel like this would just be a lot easier if someone else did it for me.
Oh, a Boop said there is one. Ooh, great shots.
Bitman.
Chicken. Unfortunately getting killed out there, but he did some really good shots with the sniper, helping out his team a lot. We have seen the ultimate champion here, as we usually see on Combustion. Yeah, there's no low... Goddamn. The usual champion here on Combustion is the shotgun. Like, for sure. Every time, because this is such a tight little point that it's... You have to have it. There's no real going about it. You can go without it, but... Nah. Oh, it's Swiss? Oh! Okay. It's Swiss, apparently. Cool, okay. I didn't know. I've been following.
How many? Really? So there's going to be a... What does that mean?
It's going to be shorter. It's going to be way shorter. Don't worry.
Wait.
It's Swiss. It's how arenas usually played.
That's not going to be short then. It's going to be a whole round of lower brackets, so that people who are bad at this game can.
No. That's the tour. That's a tournament. This is going to be. This is kind of like optimized round robin. It's. Okay. Don't worry. I know what it is. Don't worry.
I see.
Don't you worry your pretty little head about that. I don't know.
Just. Was that an Irish accent?
That was a nowhere accent. But speaking of nowhere, the team of Codsworth, as he gets completely destroyed, and yeah, that was kind of a really good push by Respawn. Sorry, not by Respawn. Respawn got killed out by Strumbitsky's team, Kangaroollas. They do. Oh, who's back here? It is Sputnik going back there, telling his team when they're actually spawning. a strategy we don't
Wait,
see too
wait.
much.
God's Worthless team's winning this one?
They were until they got completely destroyed. Really,
Yes,
really
there
fast.
are team names. The blue team is Kangorillas, and the orange team is called God's Worthless Stupid Meme Team.
It's
You're
called
welcome.
VR Respawn. I do believe.
VR Respawn's already a thing. They can't call themselves that.
I
We'll
think
just call
it's
it a stupid.
VR Respawn. Vex
Yeah,
sees-
but that's kind of just copying what Boop and Shampoo are doing. Let's just call it Meme Team.
I'm pretty sure it's VR Respawn. But the team that is yet to be named won the round.
So Meme Team won the round. So it's now a 1 round apiece. So oddly enough, though, they got 1% on that last game, and yet they won this one by a good margin. So
Well, we
That's
saw
interesting.
that last map. We actually saw like not to this extent, but we saw the first round going to blue team in this case. First round going to what are
Yeah.
they called? Whatever they're called. And the next round, the orange team kind of figured out what was going on and just demolished. Not to the same extent, but still, basically the same thing happened last time. So let's see if you're.
do you think this Meme Team asked permission to Boot and Shampoo, whatever his name is, to use VR Respawn? Seems
I'm-
a bit.
Pretty sure they did. I think Vec is a writer for VR Respawn. Or
Oh, that makes more sense.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
Okay. I mean, unfortunately, I can't let go of the fact that Cod's Worthless is constantly spamming unfunny and irrelevant memes. So I'm going to call it Meme Team. But I will now at least acknowledge the VR Respawn thing. So at the moment, it's still pretty neck and neck, but it does look like Kangorillas have taken the first chunk of the percentage.
They've actually pushed the meme team out quite like thoroughly. That was the wrong key. And they are holding them for quite a bit. They did get some like good kills here, at least to start. Let's see if they can hold it out through this attack. And it's even before my sentence was done. Yeah, they did. Oh, Nerd Burglar. Okay. Excuse me. Ah, don't do that. Okay, so I was really confused about why you could tilt in Echo Arena, because it doesn't make sense to really tilt at all in Echo Arena, but it does make sense to do things like that in combat, as we saw here.
A very few handful of people do use the tilt in Echo Arena, namely Lego. Ironically, he will tilt when he tilts. Meaning, if he gets upset in the game, he'll go sideways and attempt to juke everyone as a sort of protest and to do that. But people do otherwise. It has plenty of uses.
Castnat's going in here. Sorry to interrupt you, but we do actually see if this isn't successful, and it looks like it isn't. Oh well, it might be here, but the last 3%. I cannot form a sentence before they've done something. I need to speak faster. This is the game for Kangorillas. They won the game. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry for cutting you off, man. I've been doing it a lot. Sorry.
It's the only way to get a word in. Sometimes I fully respect it.
Papa's taking us out to bird.
That is
It's like it's like Poonanad's. Getting a word in with him is it's a battle. I think I genuinely burn calories when I try and talk at the same time as Poonanad. It's quite a struggle, but he knows that. I've told him, and he's aware of it.
Okay. Well, it's funny because Poonanas is, to me, Poonanas is like Boop. In that
I don't think Boop's gonna like that comparison.
No. In that having interacted with like the same sort of space for a really, really long time, I've talked to Boop once. And the same with Poonanas. I've talked with Poonanas once. Like I don't know. I exist on kind of the fringes. It's weird.
Fair enough. I speak to Boop most days, and
You do. I see most of it.
Poon and I not quite so much, but yeah, they're interesting people in their own way.
Just a moment.
Although I'm not happy about, he rejected my advances to see Gecko scream live in a cave in the Forest VR. He
That was quite interesting.
withheld that pleasure from me, so can't ever really forgive him for that. I don't ask for a lot in life, but
I did see that at 5 in the morning.
it's not a lot to ask. I just want to see
It's the man
a little
of the
bit
hour.
of pain from Gecko every now and then. It's no
Our beloved
harm.
Molaris.
That was a good match. A good match, Johan. I think I'll be joining AMOC. So if you have a good club. I mean, I might
Thank-
join again. I don't know.
Well, thank you for streaming.
So was that it for that game?
Thank you for playing. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Okay, okay.
I'll just be
You are
myself.
now
Yeah, we
So
did
Strem's team did it, yeah?
Yeah. Kangaroos got both of them. Both of them.
Okay, that's great. So what's the next lineup then, or do we not know yet?
I can talk. I'll just figure out. Everything's going fantastic. Do you remember when I told you I'd wake up 15 minutes into this?
Yes.
That was a lie.
Remember when I said I'd start drinking 15 minutes into this?
I really hope that was also a lie.
I kept to my bargain. I even said kept to my bargain, which isn't even a sentence. So I had loads of rum left over from Christmas. I was making snowballs and eggnog, and
Why did you make eggnog?
it was Christmas. Why wouldn't you make eggnog?
Oh, I've never had eggnog, so I don't know.
It's pretty good.
I
It's really
just
good.
like being.
It
against-
sounds way worse than it is. Boop, I am suffering from the exact same conflicted opinion that I want to support EU, but Ducky is on that side. So there is that.
Okay, can I just say, I know I'm not supposed to have my personal opinion here. I think, but I want AMOC to win, mostly because they've been playing really, really well, and they deserve it.
In case you haven't figured it out, until such time as you or I are employed by ESL as official casters, you can have all the opinions you want and never get in trouble for it, which is why I'm such an opinionated twat. If I was actually employed by these people in any way, if they gave me a fucking dollar bill, I would have to be somewhat like restricted in my ways. But until such time, underarm flicks are a horrible, cheap way to get goals, and it's very difficult to support anything Ducky does because he is Ducky.
I mean, I think to Ducky's credit, he's been doing really, really well. Like he's really been doing his best to actually help out, and he's the reason we have these like combat cups.
Oh, I know.
So
I don't dislike
he's-
the guy. I also dislike the guy, but I don't dislike him. I just dislike him. I feel like Boop understands me here. I might be wrong, but he's one of the. I honestly, if he was in my hand, I just wouldn't know whether I would put it in my pocket or throw it on the floor. It's very strange. It's very strange. I can't really. For some reason, I don't want him to ever be happy. Maybe I'm
Jesus Christ. What the hell?
I feel like Boop will get this. No, I feel like Boop will understand. I just feel like I don't want him to have any joy in his life. That's it. That's all I want. All right.
That's it? Oh, okay. Well, I'll let him know. What the fuck, man?
Every time he does anything that kind of makes me think otherwise with that, I think he goes ahead and does something, and then I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have any happiness.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, okay. I'll try my best to be maybe a little bit diplomatic here. I I think I understand where you're coming from, but the no happiness in your life, maybe a bit much.
Listen, I'm exaggerating. I know that Ducky puts on a front. Okay, I've met enough people to know what it is. And I honestly think he's going to be one of those people that you meet in real life, and you're just gonna be like, oh, why is he like this online? Look at him, he's a nice guy.
He's
But
probably quite a lovely person.
But unfortunately, we live in a decade where people have the internet to hide behind, and he is a good example of that. In any case, we're not here to break down his personality. Joel, jokes aside, and I am not allowed to take away anyone's happiness. Last time I checked, I'm not allowed to take away or suffocate anyone's happiness. So,
Having now spent just about a couple of minutes breaking down his personality, I will just reiterate. This
Trust
is not
me when I tell you, I didn't even scratch the surface. But I will say that he is better at Echo Combat than Arena.
He is. He is quite good at combat, actually.
Take that as you wish.
Hey, Dougie, can you invite another one?
But we are finally about to get the game that we wanted, right? We've got the Kangs versus... Wait, is this the final then?
No. We don't... Okay. This isn't the final. This is how the community cups for Arena usually go. So we play a bunch of games and then we look at the rankings.
So let me just make this clear. Someone's going to lose this and then have to go into the losers bracket and fight.
No. There are no brackets. There are no brackets. This is Swiss. So basically.
Oh right. I get it. It's done on a point system.
It's Swiss.
When you said
Yay!
Swiss, I didn't think you meant Swiss. God.
What did you think I mean then?
Can we get
When
the-
I said
Swiss.
Swiss.
I wasn't. Shut up. I know what I mean. Anyway.
Yeah, you know what you
I
mean,
get it
but
now.
I don't think anybody else does.
You know, it's just done on the point system. That makes sense.
Okay.
So we only have to watch how many more games? No. Let me rephrase that. We are pleasurably, deliberately, and by choice watching how many games. I actually didn't even process how I was going to say that sentence.
That was fantastic.
I'm having a great time. I just don't. I just want. How many we gotta watch?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I believe. Let's just see here.
I mean, not have to. I don't have to.
You don't have
is
to
he
do
swimming,
anything.
or is he waving? I can't tell.
I don't know.
I don't have to watch anything. I'm choosing to do this. But
Ready.
yeah.
Wait.
I was just curious as to.
Are we 3v3ing this? I think we are. That put a real stop to everything. What the hell? Oh, no, we're not. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I think we only have. We are only pleasurably watching one or two more games. I think.
Okay. So I might be done by 10 o'clock my time then.
Probably. I did say it's not a Discord cup, and I do.
Good. Well, it is a
should be
Discord
said,
cup, but
I love the
it's
Discord
not-
cups.
Not the standard soul-sucking Discord cup that takes
Yeah.
12 hours.
That's for people
I
that,
gotcha.
that don't know. The Discord cups they're wonderful things that we can get to try all kinds of weird shit,
Hey guys, sorry,
but they take
when we switch servers,
so
we're
long.
gonna play on.
It's soul sucking.
And if you
It's quite funny to watch, I've been told, but it's
Alright, thank you.
whew.
You know what was interesting about the last Discord Cup? Is it got to the stage where we needed to beat the last team in the first rounds, or it would go to another set. I've
Yeah.
never had the motivation to win a game more, purely based on the fact that it would go on longer if we didn't. Should it have been the other way around, I would probably just forfeit. It was that tired.
I remember this so well. I joined into your game, like the last game, and then the first thing I hear is you just having the biggest is this shit almost done? Like instantly.
I've been a good boy. I've fixed my sleeping schedule for work. I've been up early. I've been at auditions at the crack of dawn. And to suddenly have to stay up and play video games at 1:30 a.m. was not easy. I'll be honest.
I know.
And it's not like I was playing a casual game of combat. I was playing against Affentera, Gecko, Boop, and
And who was that? It was Jersey.
Jersey.
Because Finity had to go, I think.
she broke.
I think
her
she broke
controller,
her
I think.
controller. Yeah.
Yeah. So something like that.
That was I said I think the most, like, no disrespect meant to Via Jersey, but I think I said the worst thing I did say, which was in that final matchup that you guys were the underdogs, which you clearly weren't. Like Afentera.
Any team that's got Boop and Afentera in it is not going to be the underdog. It just can't.
Oh, they did really, really well, but it was 4v4 and Via Jersey.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
tell.
That's what I'm saying. So like any team that has those two in it, generally, because they're like two bookends of a team, right? You've got the best defense in EU and the best offense in EU. And although I don't believe a team can carry, I think if you've got someone on your team who needs carrying a lot, that team's going to suffer. But I think if any team could carry a third member, it would probably be someone like Boop and someone like Afentera, because they will cover the other ends so well. But
this was 4v4.
4v4 is ass. I hated it.
Really?
I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of that at all. But it's really good. It's a really good pressure training. It's really good pressure training. It's great to never have as much time or as clear.
Anytime.
You know.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, in fairness, Gravity. I just called you Gravity. You disgust me. Get a proper Twitch name, Jersey. In fairness, Jersey, I play in a closet all the time anyway, but I refuse to come out of the closet.
Speaking of closets and coming out of them, we're finally coming out of the.
To capture the point.
I don't know. We're starting the game.
You know, you're speaking of transition. It fails 9 times out of 10. Someone will
And
say,
it's so
"And that's
funny.
a great giraffe," and you're like, "Speaking of giraffes, I say banana." You're like, what?
It's the funniest thing I do. It's not, but you know. Speaking of being funny, the game. So, holy shit! God damn! Did you just see that Ducky going in for the double kill with a detonator? I don't think I've ever seen a detonator kill, and he just
I didn't realize this game's died.
Quite fantastic. God damn, he's really going off on one. Let's see if we can get the 4th kill here. Get an ace? Not really. What do we call that? Let's decide now. What do we call it team-wise?
Ace.
An ace? But ace is
Right.
5.
Oh shit. 4.
Fantastic. Holy shit.
Easy. I got this. 4. Killed 4. Quad, if you wish.
It's a quad. Quadra kill.
Kill. Monster kill. No, all that shit.
Godlike. Or
Yeah, something
Kanye
like
West-like.
I just think 4. You know, it's combat. Why not? Let's make it simple.
It's a 4.
He
Got a
killed
4.
4. So it looks
Speaking
like
of killing
Debbie's team
4 here.
has taken the first. You see, I don't trust Drimbits in this team. I've watched them piss away a couple of rounds, and now I don't know if they are just an inconsistent team, much like my own, or if they take a little while to get into it. I'm not really sure.
It's weird. They shouldn't take a little while to get into it because this is their 3rd game of the night, so they should be decently.
Yeah, but
warmed
each
up.
team they have to adjust to, I would assume.
Yeah, I was just about to say that you see it in a lot of different esports that you, sorry, let me. You have to really like look at each team separately because what works for one team will never work for another. Well, not never, but rarely.
Strem with that comet he's gonna miss this guy. Is he gonna miss him? No, he isn't. I was just gonna say I haven't seen him in a first person. I haven't seen him miss much with that.
He's missed
comet.
a few here and there, and I think if anything, no, the camera's not automatic. If anything, he needs to work on his positioning because that is compared to the rest of what he does. That is not good at all. I would actually go to far as to say that it is bad, which is kind of weird because he's a real good player. But he needs to work on that positioning because that is by far the worst.
Right now, blue team have got the control point. Orange team, okay, they're finally moving up. But
pushing
for a
it.
while, they were fighting out in the open rather than doing that. But then blue weren't really taking it, so I don't really understand.
It's a weird sort of. This is like football, in that just because the ball is on one side of the court does not mean that the opposite side of the court is winning. That's the best I can describe it as. You have to look at how the flow is going, and that's kind of why I kind of like, kind of dislike the first person view because you can't get any sort of view of everything.
Boop, just think, if NA do win, the next time Ducky gets cocky, we can throw it in his face. So I see your reasoning.
But I mean, it does look like they're gonna win at least the first round here. Unless this attack goes like they wanted to, and it's looking good for them, but still, it's a couple more kills they need to get, and for Ducky Dad, it's not looking good. Stogie doing his best to survive, and he is somewhat managing it. It is...
Look at those little monkey spins.
God
What
damn.
is he? He's just trying. The spastic crabs in this game
But he
are
did
incredible.
he did get actually enough time to get out and enough damage done so that the attack from his team afterwards did some decent damage. I think they're
alive.
actually gonna win this.
He is still alive, and it looks like a 2v1 right now. And I think if they can just eliminate him, then they're gonna take this capture point. But it doesn't. It looks like
Have
someone
to
else.
stay
In
in
the
the
blue,
point.
nah, blue team have caught up now. That's the problem. Is they've Kangaroos have managed to take time to get a man in. Oh, they're at 94. So basically, the way I estimate this now is that Amok and Amok, however you say it, needs to survive 2 waves.
Oh yeah.
That's what I see right now. Possibly. So this will be the first wave right now, and they need to
First second.
defeat it and maybe get to the next one.
That was quite the loss for Amok there, because they got 1 kill. They actually maybe pulling
Who
through.
says spastic crabs aren't useful anymore? Are you? Who the hell said
Spastic, what are you talking? Okay, that is straight up wrong.
that? You haven't heard of spastic crabs? Are you kidding me?
Spastic-
Boop has called it spastic crabs since like beta 1. It's when someone like basically crabs around. How? Where have you been living under a rock?
Oh god. I don't think Boop is saying that they're not like good. I think Boop is saying someone is saying it, and whoever is saying
that's
it
what
is
I'm-
wrong.
I know, and I'm just saying who, because
Okay.
that's
Yeah. Who's saying? Because that is wrong. Spastic crabs are the, unless you're playing a sniper, that's how you do it.
yeah.
Like
Definitely.
period.
Okay, question. So we're gonna have this game, and then after this,
We're gonna do a server switch.
right, and then there's like what, one more game to go? Won't we already know our winner? Is that...
Maybe one more. I don't know. I think this is it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. But let's see what happens. I mean, I think we'll figure it out at some point there. Oh, Flush. I don't know about you. I do not like the Meteor. I think it's a great weapon, but all the other weapons are greater. Just
Have
straight
you
up.
a 4-team meteor run though? It's like raining hellfire down on people.
It's really, really fun in pubs. But in this kind of play here, I mean,
Forgive me, but I don't think there is any difference that I have seen between pubs, Echo Combat, and this. I can't see it.
There's plenty of
contrast compared to. I'm sure there is. I can't see it. I see
yeah.
it in Arena. I don't see it here.
I'll say it in a bit. But we do see her the actual. I can't see who that is. Loveridge. Loveridge have been really, really good at grabbing onto people. Something we, for some reason, don't see more of. It is one of the best things you can do. Grab onto someone, hold their head, and just shoot at your own hand.
Oh man, I call it the
Head.
Godfather, right? Because I see it a lot in the Godfather movies. They execute them by getting the gun right up to the temple, but going
Yeah.
up to someone and temple popping them a couple of times is so satisfying. It's probably the only thing I think about when I think, do I enjoy this game?
And it's also, I mean, it's really, really effective. Because if you hold on, and you hold on well, like it is fantastic. There's not really a lot that can be done against it unless you are really, really fast at grabbing somebody off or shoot them.
I agree with Lemming, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's effective, but it's not destroying mechanic any more than shooting from the tunnel is in Echo Arena.
Grabbing is like boosting. I mean, as in
I mean,
boosting
is like-
was not intended.
I suppose so. I suppose it serves a big purpose here. Like, it's harder, but I mean, there is a follow cam. The reason we've tried with first person is if we do follow cam or quiet.
I'll try a bit of Just you all
We
out.
did have a bit of a committee meeting about it earlier, and people tend to like the first person. But if it's jittering people too much, we can do this.
We'll try a bit. We'll try a bit. But it does look like the blue team has been quite
This is
decisive
close,
in
though.
their attack.
This is close. This is close. I mean, Ducky's team are definitely winning.
And we see here quite a lot of a better positioning. Just comparing it to Kangaroola's. Kangaroola's position was quite a lot out of the open. Where you see here, they are sacrificing speed of capture for safety. Because we don't see anybody in the point. But if you are in the point, which I would say personally always have one in the point, but you know, it's up to them. If you have somebody in the point, they're really, really open, and it's really easy to kill them. Whereas here, they're really, really safe,
don't
and it
even need
shows.
someone in the point. You need someone near the point, like someone hiding who can jump in and contest it, no matter what. That would be.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh shit, but it does look in a 2v2, but we have our third player coming out here. It is quite an extensive fight, but that's not what the Orange team wants here.
The only good thing about crabbing is that it's the closest thing to a workout you're gonna get in VR, other than Beat Saber, like Expert Plus. It's a pretty good little light cardio session if you're crabbing enough. But you know, I'm not sure I would want to do it all day.
Yeah, it's really, really, really tough, and I'm a big fella. That's why I don't do it.
Lemming,
I
what's
think-
going on, man? You weren't in the Echo Arena Discord Cup. You weren't in you're not in this one. Like, where's the representation, man? Like, come on.
Sorry, I just have to break in here. Really, just a decisive defense for VR Respawn. That was quite fantastic. They just held
They are
on.
taking the first one. Yeah.
They are taking the first one for sure. That was not a lot of fighting there.
So I'm assuming
yeah,
they're gonna
let me-
switch map or whatnot.
They're going to switch map. They're definitely going to switch servers. But the way I have this set up, I get kicked out every time. That's just how it's set up. I can't tell you how, because I've promised.
Hey man, they gave you something. That's good enough.
It's true, and I do owe David chocolate, or Dave chocolate. I told him that. So I'll see if I remember. I probably won't, but you know.
Is it gonna be like Danish chocolate or something? Is that it?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what? Danish chocolate is so much on a different level than American chocolate, or candy as they call it, that well, they call it chocolate as well, but candy bars, whatever. Yeah. You have no idea how refreshing a piece of Danish chocolate would be to an American that has Hershey's.
Which specific ones are you talking about? Because there's quite a lot of different ones.
I don't know. I mean, like, generally EU chocolate is good, but is better than American chocolate anyway. But just, I know, like, Milka, I don't think it's Danish, but it's I see it a lot outside of. I don't see it often in America.
Oh.
I know it's European.
It's
very creamy.
I know that one. I'm not sure. But I mean, yeah.
All I'm saying, okay, Foos, I have been to the States too many times, and I'll tell you this now: I'm yet to find some chocolate that's anywhere close to decent, unless it's European. Because you guys use high fructose corn syrup, and that just destroys chocolate. And I need a piss, so burp.
You're talking the clip.
Oh, okay. I was just about to go into
You broke
the
up.
the story of. Because one time, okay, I assume that people
Are
at
you
least
talking in a video clip? And
I either have seen or at least know
of
of the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know where they get
Thank you. It's
the
unlucky.
the golden sort of thing, and they go in and go into that chocolate factory thing. We had a competition like that in Scandinavia, where we could go to the. I can't remember the name. There's a big chocolate factory over in Sweden, and my little brother won that, so we got to go, and we actually saw how the chocolate was made, and got to make some of our own, and all kinds of weird shit. Holy god, that was quite fantastic and quite weird.
You're my
I'm
favorite
just gonna say
dance
it's
partner.
probably a lot bigger of an operation than you think, because I was like for sure really, really surprised by just how really, really big it is. Like, holy shit, it's big. And, as it turns out, not racist, but some of their older chocolate things are, stuck in their time, let's say. Quite interesting little paintings of black people and stuff like that. It's quite weird.
Whoa! What did I come back to?
I was talking about the time I visited a chocolate factory.
Whoa! You can't say black people, you racist.
Why?
Because it's 2019. Someone's going to be offended.
People who are richer in melanin content than I.
Whoa! Whoa!
There you go. Oh, it was the I can't remember what they were called. It's a like a big chocolate thing in Sweden, and they had like their historical chocolates, and some of them from the 1950s. You could quite clearly tell they were from the 1950s, as in they were called like little Samba chocolates and other worse names. Let's just say it was quite an interesting experience, but you know,
I don't know exactly what they would
Formative.
look like, but you know.
all that.
You know, going back to my topic that's probably moved on from now, I genuinely am glad that I don't live in America. I'll tell you why. I would be morbidly obese because the snacks and the takeout you have there is just
Have a good game, guys.
it's exquisite.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I've never been to the States.
You've not been to America?
No. And I every time I hear something about America, someone I know that's been there, it makes sense in my head. Like some of the weird sort of arguments because I don't really engage in online arguments, but sometimes I read some, and they don't make sense to me. Because it's such a different culture, and it's weirdly different because it's still Western, but
That's exactly right. You're exactly right. The main thing I think that I think everyone should go to America. The problem is most people go to New York and think, "Wow, these Americans are rude," and I'm like, "Yeah, but that's New York. It's like you can't really judge England by. You should never judge England by London, for example.
London. Oh no!
Like God no." And yet people will go to London and go, "Oh yeah." Wow, English people are.
Well, it's like people go to Copenhagen and say like, "Oh, well, Denmark is kind of
I don't
eccentric
think,
and weird."
Yeah, I don't think Londoners are a good example of English people. I think, dare I say it, that Manchester or somewhere like where Boop's from is more of a representation.
Somewhere in the
of
mid-country,
England.
probably.
Yeah, it just spells out England to me a lot more. You know, judgmental people that eat brown sauce butties is way more English than.
But they're judgmental, but they'll never tell you. They'll never even mention it. They'll give you
Dude,
looks.
I need choked my drink. What do you mean? They will tell you if it's Manchester, Liverpool, anywhere up north, or
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
But I mean, like the stereotypical British person is like,
Okay, I was in Liverpool one time, right? And I accidentally maintained eye contact with the guy for too long because I spaced out, and he immediately went, "What the fuck are you looking at, you fucking dickhead?"
nice.
I was like, "Oh,
Oh, hey.
okay."
Well, I mean, people will do that in most places, I think.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think there's some of these places up north of England have a bit more of a chip on their shoulder, where
true.
they like being tough and hard and good at fighting is the only credit that you can
that's-
have as a guy.
That's such a British thing, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a British thing. I'd say it's a certain region of English thing. Like
Okay, yeah.
kind of like how I don't know. I'm trying to give an American alternative to that, but America's too diverse to kind of pin down. I don't know. It's hard to explain. All I'm saying is everyone should go to America, but they should go to America once, but not, or at least once, but not. I wouldn't say popping down to OC5 would count as an American.
No, no, go-
experience.
go to,
in
like-
total.
have a vacation in America.
Yeah.
like you do in another country. Like go there, see the sights, and be somewhere that isn't a main city for a little bit. Like that's how you do it. Yeah, I do that spacing out thing. I do quite a lot, but I usually if I don't think about it, I'm terrible at maintaining eye contact, and I'll usually look down.
Oh no!
So if I sit across from someone, I've done this on a train, where I looked straight at the crotch of a woman for about 2 hours, and then I kind of
that's a sex crime. What are you doing?
No, I kind of like snapped out of it after
okay.
an hour and a half, and I looked at her and I was like,
tell that to the judge.
Jesus.
So after I'd finished beating the head in of the dead prostitute, I kind of snapped out of it. So,
Your Honor.
Yeah, cool.
No, I was just, I just kind of like snapped out and I was like, oh my God, I am really sorry. And she looked at me kind of like, it's been an hour. Like, yeah, sorry. I bought her chocolate and it was fine. It was a weird day. Don't what the fuck me, Jersey. You know you've done the same. I don't know if he has, but he can't really defend himself because we're the ones talking.
Wait, what? Hey, I'm not the one that stares at the crotch of ladies for 2 hours, man.
Hey, I did. Okay. I didn't stare at the crotch. I was spacing out, and my eyes happened to land in the middle region of this woman.
Well, I don't feel like I need a jury of people to tell me whether they believe you or not.
I mean, color commentary. Ah, fantastic. That's a good joke, Foos. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. No one's
As
pressed
someone who
charges
struggles
yet.
to spell words, I'm going to give the Americans a credit because I don't like the U. I also don't like having to spell something like this.
Dude.
Instead of this. So I'm going to give the Americans... You know, they do call Americans simplified English. That's a kind of a dig at them. But at the same time, for someone who is a bit stupid, I quite appreciate
it's simplified English. Like, okay, let's take two complete separate languages. Let's take American and French.
Okay, look, can I just make a point quickly here? I don't mind when Americans do things their way and English do it their way. No. What pisses me off when someone like Matthias, who is Swedish, uses American spelling. If you learn English, you should learn English. And it should be English and English spelling and English words and English pronunciations. I will give Americans their own credit because they kind of had their own thing. Fair enough, all right? They've moved away from Europe enough that they can do it their own way. But if you're in Sweden, you should be learning English. That's my two pennies. I'm not giving it 2 cents.
Speaking of learning English, the game is starting, and yeah, to capture the point. That was rough. But the game is starting, and we do see our orange team now is AMOC, and our blue team now is VR Respawn. This might be our final game of the night, I think, if VR Respawn wins this, since they are up 1-0 in the rounds. So, let's see how this goes.
Wait, what?
They have a replacement for... a sub out for Ducky every time they play Combustion. Ducky does not do well on Combustion. He plays Dyson really well. To his credit, he does it really, really well. But Batsuga is a lot better on Combustion. So, they sub him out.
They have a specific you do better on this map than this other map thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's... I mean, if they could do that in like regular esports everywhere, they would. The maps are such... I mean, you know this because you've played like FPSs, but maps are such a... Like, it's so map dependent. Like, really, like a lot map dependent. Wow. But yeah, it's really, really map dependent. So they can do it, so they do it.
Yeah, it's a bit early days to be kind of saying this is my map, and Yeah, interesting.
Well, I mean, okay, so I will give context for a lot of my opinions. I watch a lot of Siege VR. I'll just real quick interject myself here and say great attack from Orange Team, but I watch a lot of Siege VR. So sorry, a lot of Siege combat thing, whatever. So that's where most of my opinions come from, and I do believe you really should have a sub in, but only for if a teammate can't make it. That's my personal opinion, because you should be good at maps and a good
I think
player.
every team should have a manager who walks around with a suit jacket and a clipboard, like iShiny does for Eclipse. And I think Gravity finally has one. And I think Aftershock needs one. So if anyone wants to be a manager of a dreadful team, please let me know, and you'll get the job straight away, because we need one.
The advertising.
No, not you, Malaran. Not you. If that's
No,
okay.
oh
please.
god, no. God damn, I can barely hold it together on a stream. I cannot manage a pro team. What are you talking about? God.
I actually, it's interesting because the guys are talking about right now the difference between watching a stream back from the beginning of Echo Arena to watching one now, and they're absolutely right. The way Echo Arena has evolved, no one predicted. No one predicted it was going to get faster paced, it was getting more intelligent, it was going to get more strategic, and yet it did and has. So I genuinely think we will look back at this and not only say, why the hell did anyone let Tutorabot talk to anyone on a stream, but they'll also say, why on earth are they so slow and making these silly things? Why don't they do X and why don't they do Y? Because the game will evolve.
I mean, yeah, I see it a lot. Sorry, some great plays going on here, but it's quite an interesting conversation, and I want to just say that I do see a lot of people saying that thing you just said was like, yeah, no, this is how combat's gonna be, and that is most likely untrue, just completely, because it's been out for what, like 2 months, if that, 1 month maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's had no time.
I remember because I joined Echo Arena a little later than the guys who played it from beta, and I was learning the kind of Meta 1 stuff when they were already evolving to Meta 2, and I had to kind of catch up by playing a lot. So I reckon there'll also be a lot of new players that eventually join. More importantly, a lot of new teams. You know, like Strembitsky's team might be Ducky's team might be the Jacks of this team, but you know it might change it later on. Oh God, did I just say that? Can I scratch
true.
that from the record?
No, that is actually true.
It looked like Floaty.
It is
has taken the round.
stream. Balls have been exposed.
It's bad enough that people compare Boop to Ducky, but to compare Jax to this team, I feel like I'm gonna get.
Well, in that context,
I'm gonna get banished from my own community.
But no. Okay, go back and watch some of the original Echo Arena content.
I have.
They were bad.
I told you to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you now what I learned.
I don't think they
from
were bad. I think they were just slow. Everything was done at 50%.
No, they were
that's
bad.
just
They were bad at the game if we compare it to how it is now.
Yeah, of course.
Which I have
exactly.
a whole rant about why that's what you should do, but that's for later. But yeah, they were not good compared to now, and I think it's gonna be exactly the same. Looking back in a year, looking back at this game, they're gonna be like, man, that was shit. That was really bad.
I'd love for early season 1 Eclipse to play late season 2 Eclipse, and I'd love for early season 1 Jax to play late. Well, I was gonna say late season 2 Jax, but I don't know, Blast or whatever. It's definitely it's Gravity now.
I'd say the later ones would win 100% of the time.
Yeah, of course they would, but it's just interesting.
Oh my god. Okay, can I just say here, AMOG, I think have been for a little bit here, and for at least this whole game and these whole sets of games, they've been the champions of using shotguns effectively. Like it is, because you see shotguns been used quite a lot, but you don't see them used effectively at all. They're kind of like pea shooters-ish, and then they're really, really effective sometimes. But here we see them effective every single time they're used. It's something worth mentioning because it's such a strong gun if you know how to use it, and they do. it's easy to tell. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, they're doing alright. So, just fill me in because my memory is not like it was when I was 19. If Strambitsky's team win the next 2, then this tournament is over, right?
Yeah,
right, I see.
I do believe.
But if Amok wins, then
it's going on to the 3rd game.
cool. USA.
I think I've heard this before. But it does look like Amok. I don't think they're gonna. They might win this. They are struggling quite a bit, and I do actually. I know. There's a whole thing, but I do actually believe Ducky is the best player on this team. Like 100%. No, for real.
I'll be honest. I think it's Stoty. From or Flush
Stoji
or
is
Devil
really good. I think.
or Batsuga. I'll be honest. I think Ducky has got the one thing he does completely set up. The rushing him with a shotgun.
Yeah.
He is very good.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he is bad. And that's the same as saying I can take really good shots in Echo Arena. There is so much more to the game than just being really good at taking shots. You need to be able to do everything else. You know, recently I've been playing a lot in goal in Echo Arena, and I've been able to stop shots, but I'm shit at the other 85% of it, so generally I'm a bad defender overall. I think Ducky is great at that one thing he does. I'm yet to see him go, you know what, this calls for something other than a shotgun jumping in situation, and...
Well, it's kind of like Strambitsky and his Comet, because he hasn't changed
No.
still.
I disagree. Sorry to interrupt, but I've seen Strambitsky take it from the distance, close up, and still make use of it. Ducky will not be able to snipe with his shotgun.
Oh yeah. The shotgun is way less like pliable. You can use it in many different situations. But I think, and I might be able to go back and find it. There was one specific time. Oh, by the way, good game to Amok. Well played. But there was one specific time where Ducky rushed out and got... Not only did he get 2 kills instantly with a detonator, he got a kill, a really quick and really good kill with a Nova right afterwards. There's a lot more to it in the... What's it called? The communication that we don't see, don't hear. But I think actually that's one of the places where Ducky excels, from what I've heard. But I don't know. But yeah, there's calling someone the best right now. Again, it's the start of everything. We're not gonna get much out of saying something like that.
I mean, I've played against Ducky's team, and I always find that if it's going to be a shotgun battle, he's very good at that. But I haven't seen him do anything else. I think he's a bit of a one-trick pony. He might not be, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's. Oh shit! I can't hear you.
I don't think he's. I personally don't think he's the best on his team.
Marked map in the Discord.
Also,
I disagree.
and Ducky once said that Echo Combat was better than Arena, and I've not respected him since. So,
might be a little bit of a bias here, but I mean, I personally disagree. But
I think that's for
I
third
don't
map, so yeah.
think
Yeah. I guess we'd have to do
any of us are really good enough to, and I hate using this word, but objectively say. Because,
I am.
mean,
I'm good enough to say. Echo Arena's better.
Map without any,
Oh
without
no, I was
consulting
talking
us?
about like.
No, that's just look at the rules.
Because,
Map
I mean,
one is dice,
Echo
map
Arena
two is combustion,
being better
and then
or
it's like for the third
combat
map,
being
it's
better.
random.
I find.
I mean, alright, okay, if I'm honest, it comes down to personal taste.
Yeah.
The main issue with me, and I don't want to sit here on an Echo Combat Cup just shitting on it the entire time, it's really not fair. But my final say on the matter is that Echo Combat has a really low ceiling. And for that reason, a lot of people who need immediate gratification from games and feeling like they can do something will hit that ceiling and feel good about themselves, whilst Echo Arena has a very high ceiling and it takes a lot longer and you have to work a lot harder to get there, but the reward is substantially greater. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And
I mean,
one of the most interesting things about opinions are is that just because it's yours doesn't mean it's right, and I
That's
could
true, that's
absolutely
true.
be wrong. It's just
that's I think I'm probably disagreeing with you on this for the same reason that we discussed earlier, the we're gonna look back at this in like a year and say it was shit. I think we're gonna do the same. Like right now, the skill ceiling feels quite low, but I think we're gonna look back in a year and be like, oh, but we hadn't discovered this thing or like this strategy or whatever. I think saying it this early is maybe a bit premature, but you could very well be right. You could very well be wrong. Only
I just
time
think
will
Rad
tell.
have. I don't think time will tell. Personally, I think Rad has created the closest thing to a sport that I've ever tasted myself. I played every sport you can imagine, from American football and baseball down to all the English sports, including the shittest one, cricket. But Echo Arena is not a game; it is a sport.
Oh,
It
yeah,
involves
sure.
incredible teamwork, incredible dexterity, and it's like there is actually a sport called handball, which is essentially the same thing, only you run on a field. The only difference is that there's no real what's the word? Exhaustion. There's no real fitness to it. I'm sure someone like Lemming will be able to run for longer and play a real life game, a sport game, than I would in my current state. But it is the closest thing to a sport, and it doesn't feel like a video game. I feel like I'm playing a sport. I used to pay a lot of money to travel across London to play football with a lot of friends, and this is the closest thing to that I've ever seen. It is, yes, Jersey, you have been trying to market it as a sport, and I think you have the absolute right angle at it. I loved your BBC snippet, and
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, it is a sport. That's. I don't even think that's an argument if it is or not. It is a sport.
Okay, I have never in my life had to buy sweatbands for my forehead except for when I play this. It might look like you're stupid. You might look like you're waving your arms around, but if you play it at the highest level, you will break a sweat, and not if you're just chubby like me. Like, generally speaking, it is. I mean, okay, you're not going to gas out. I could play Echo Arena for 10 hours straight if I needed to. I could play football for about an hour. But at the end of the day, it's still in sport. COD isn't a sport.
I would say, because the thing is, I would say Echo Arena is really close to a I don't want to, what do I say, a not original sport,
Capture point.
like football and handball and all that. It's more like traditional, whereas I would say Echo Combat is way closer to a esport, which is its own thing. Like COD is not a sport; it's an esport.
Yeah, it's exactly right. This
COD
is the
is
closest
bad,
thing
but
to a genuine sport. At the end of the day, your entire body has to be used in it. My footwork. Earlier on, I kept my slippers on because my house was cold as shit when I played. I played a pub. I had to turn around on my point of axis about 360 degrees, and I nearly damn fell over. All right, because I needed to take my shoes off so I could use my footwork on my mat to not fall on my own ass. Okay, you cannot do that playing Call of Duty. You can just sit there, eating McDonald's, clicking a mouse, and yeah, you can have fast reactions, and that's fine. And that helps,
not if you're doing it on an esport level. I mean, there's a real separate, like if you're.
I've watched it. It's boring as shit. Okay, that. Guy
But like COD is trash. Let's just get that out of the way. COD is not
I'm
a good
actually
game.
enjoying the recent COD that's come out. I'm actually enjoying as a casual pancake shoot. It's a fast-paced shoot. I play it on hardcore mode and I enjoy it.
I need to I really need to introduce you to Siege because you'd love it. I think. Yeah, you would. But
Lemming, I think you are right. If they manage to somehow put a camera in the back of the Quest headset so that you actually can use the full 360 dexterity, that would be incredible. You imagine if you get a bunch of people in a warehouse or in an arena or in a hallway or whatever, all playing on the Quest, that would be incredible.
That would be great, but you need some sort of knowing where other people are.
Yeah, okay, you'd come up with that, all right? Maybe put people in their own little room or have a border or something. Maybe you have a textured floor that gets different as you get out. I don't know. But the Quest, the Quest impressed me a lot. I would play Echo Arena at the lowest, shittest polygon settings I needed to, because it is that basic a game. You do not need it. If I had to play Echo Arena and the graphics looked like super hot, I would still be fine with that.
Oh yeah. Speaking of being fine with things, just so we are all aware, this is probably I'm not quite sure. I think this is the final game of the night. We're gonna see. AMOG has one. AMOG, of course, being the orange team, and not Kangaroos, via Respawn has one. Via Respawn being the blue team.
So what do we need for someone to win? Like, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for Love Ridges.
We are waiting for 2 rounds.
Okay.
So if somebody gets 2 rounds now, they win, and they. I think they're that high in the rankings that they win the cup. I'm not quite sure. There's still round 3. It's switched 4 rounds. Okay, so there'll be 1 more round.
We do apologise for derailing away from the actual sport itself and talking about VR in general rather than Echo Combat. However, at least we're not talking about Pokemon Go.
Don't throw shade. That
Who said I'm throwing
specifically.
shade? I chose a specific thing that had no relevance to anyone individually.
You
that may
know
or may
exactly
or may not
what you
wash their
did.
hair with shampoo. I don't know what you're talking about.
You
Anyway.
motherfucker.
You can't pin anything on me. I'm just clearly just saying words in a certain order.
I'm clearly just telling somebody to fuck off.
Just why don't you just respond to my? I've given you all my Pokemon Go eggs. Why don't you open
Hey,
them?
I'm not saying that wasn't bad. No, sorry, not bad, but you know.
I'd just like to make it clear that Malaran has absolutely nothing to do with me in any way, shape, or form, and anything I say that makes me an arsehole, and only me an arsehole, and Malaran's actually a nice guy, and he is not known by association. Okay, so it looks like Kangaroos are winning this one, and they just need to win 2 rounds and this game's over, right?
It should be said that Kangaroos are not even in this game, but it does look at that not even this Kangaroos not in this game. I do believe you thought that your Respawn was the one winning, and they are not. Your Respawn is not the one winning right now, because they only have 20%, but not the point. I don't know if that was what you meant. I'm assuming so. So, AMOG has the point right now.
I mean,
AMOG
I'm
has
just
the
waiting
point
for this to end so I can play Echo Arena, if I'm being honest.
God
but,
damn.
You know, I mean,
A+ casting right there.
Listen, you're the caster. I am just
Is this
your
Kang?
assistant, and I'm.
Fuck me. Oh, sorry. Excuse my language. Have sex with me? I don't know.
That's not. You can't,
That's not better.
That's creepier. That's way worse.
That was quite a bit creepier. I was completely wrong. I'm very sorry for telling you off.
No, if this was podcasting, we would say that you are the best player at the game, Ducky.
Stolen.
You get to decide whose burn that is. There you go. It's subjective.
Boom. I don't know.
So, promise me this. If there is, in fairness, far as the last time me and Malaran had a stream, it went on 3 hours after the stream where we debated whether or not Dr. Pepper was a decent drink or not. Yeah. I blame me because Malaran is incredibly good at this until I'm involved. So just remind me that when one of these teams, any of these teams, gets 2 of these little fucking empty circles filled in white, they win and it's all over, right?
It's not all over. We have 1 more game to watch since this is 4
Christ
rounds.
on a bicycle! Who?
Hey! You got. There's like a whole nother hour that you can watch. You said so yourself. It should just be before 10, and we are coming up on somebody winning 1 round here. If Kang can't hold this off, I mean this little thing here actually probably says who will win. So yeah, as we see, AMOG doing their best to try and get in and not really being able to, not even going and contesting it. The points just rack up, and you know that's how it is. So first round does go to Kangaroos.
Dublin, Dr. Pepper. Hold on.
What?
You're from Dublin? Hold on. I have
that.
so many questions. You can't just throw that out there. First of all, Dr. Pepper is not different in Dublin. Second of all, you're not from Dublin.
it's
You've
shit
been
everywhere.
singing the praises of America all night. So, okay, Ducky, the fact that you don't like Dr. Pepper confirms my opinion of you. You should not have fun. You should not have happiness. Go and be sad in the
Again.
corner.
Maybe a little bit far.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm not supposed to do that.
No,
By
no,
the
I
way,
mean,
Ducky, when
it's
I meet
fine.
you in real life from the Valan event, I'm trying to work out whether I should give you a really big bear hug or I should twerk on you. I haven't decided which would make you more uncomfortable yet, but I'm still
What?
deciding.
What were those options? Like, I thought it was gonna be. I can't decide if I'm
There's
gonna give you a really
nothing
big
better than
bear
making
hug.
socially awkward people feel uncomfortable by being overly sexualized. To the point where me and Viatrax tested each other, where he would grab my crotch, and I would, you know what, it doesn't matter. But the fact, it's something fun to do.
I mean, yeah, it's really fun. I do it all the time.
Stolen.
I don't know. I was going somewhere with that, and I went through it in my head, and I decided to stop. That was probably the wise decision.
Ducky, what about a headlock? What if I got you in a headlock?
What? Hey, Ducky,
I'm
what
just-
if I physically assaulted you? How do you feel about that?
It's not. Actually, it is actually.
Yeah, that is actually physical. Don't-
It could be implied to be assumed consent in the United Kingdom, actually, depending on. Yeah.
Moving
so-
on.
Oh yeah,
from
there is
that
actually a game we're supposed to be casting.
specific thing.
Blue
No, it's just
Signal.
that specific thing. It looks like AMOG here doing their best to try to attack, but they seem to have lost steam a little bit as they're going in one by one. Although Kang is not doing their best to actually pick them off. If they had done that, this would have been over really, really soon. But they just went in and took the point like it was nothing. Well, not like it was
Ducky,
nothing. Two people just
If
joined
you
them.
end up going to a LAN event, I promise not to bully you purely because you actually turned up. There's my deal to you. If you turn up and represent EU and your team in a LAN event, which I know is not easy for some people, I genuinely promise I will not make it difficult for you. Kind of.
Kind of.
That's like, I can't promise that.
What
I
a
have to
legally
put in-
binding contract that was.
I have to put kind of in because, you know, it's really fun.
Saying kind of after saying something like that is... It's just like saying, and that was a lie. Like, I mean, yeah, I won't bully you. That's a lie.
No, I wouldn't actually bully him, but I mean, it's funny. See, Boob will tell you. Boob was one of those people that's like, oh, I'll be shy and all that. He was fine. He was a normal bloke, you know. He immediately made me give him my property. He stole an £8 Amazon USB cable from me, and then he broke it. You know, if that isn't confidence, I don't know what is.
That is quite confident. He should be quite confident since he's one of the best players in the world. Speaking of best players in the world here, it does look like Kangaroos are really holding their own. Again, AMOG going in one by one, just drip feeding them kills. That is not what you want to do, and the 2 rounds here makes the game go to
£8, Boob.
Kangaroos.
£8. It was red. That's your favorite color, right? It was red, okay? And I just straight up gave that to you. I threw it straight at you, and I never got it back. And at OC5, I don't remember seeing you replace it. So OC whatever's next, I want a USB cable.
Holy shit. Wait, that was an 8-pound USB cable.
Mm-hmm.
And you held a grudge on it for what, 2 years?
Okay, technically it was £8 for 2, and I only gave him 1. So I'm gonna call it 4 quid.
okay.
All right.
You're just
let's
talking
be-
yourself
let's-
down there a bit.
Real talk now. Real talk.
Hey, what? That's...
Hey,
oh,
a proper game!
that's a
and
game
there's
with nada in it.
And Echo Arena's happening, and there's wait, oh, it's gone.
I don't know. Well, there's your daily bit of nada there. Or weekly bit of nada.
Oh, that's a
Somehow.
shame.
That was weird. Let's see. How do I start up games? What? Okay, yeah. No, I'm awake. Don't worry.
I really wish I had a retort to that, Boob, but I don't. I think you are correct, technically. You took me out of a quite good team, and I ended up with a really good team. Wait, did I just call Aftershock a really good team? I need to throw up in my mouth. You took me out of a quite good team, and you put me on a slightly better team. So well done, Boob. I appreciate you stealing our defender. And
What the fuck?
I heard it.
Just throwing shade like it's candy. And
Hey, it's my
like
own
a
team.
gift
I can
shop.
trash talk my own team as much as I want. Actually, speaking of that, Gravity's pressure right now are incredible. Is incredible, and I genuinely would like to see an OC5 rematch with Boop, Affen, and Viatrax versus Eclipse. I think I keep saying it, but this is going to be the one. OC6 or the next LAN is going to be the one. If Gravity stay at the standard they are right now, it's going to be the game.
Well, I mean, we
Guarantee
have.
it.
I did ask people last time, and they do want to see some more exhibition matches. So if people are up for it, I would be happy to organize that or help with organizing that and streaming it, because that would be quite fun. There we go.
You are now self-muted.
Wait.
You are no longer muted.
So I'll just stay with you guys, I think.
Yeah, okay, sure. We're joining them now, so I'll send you an email.
Nice, thanks. Welcome back, Breezy Boy.
If Viatrax could score like Slin, but had 80% of the rest of him be like Viatrax, I think Gravity would probably be the best team that EU will ever get. That would be my mutant creation, my Frankenstein team. But I'm happy being a secured second or third place. It's good.
That's good. It's good for you. I'm happy for you. Son, I don't know where that was going, but
You're not old enough to call me son, but I'll take it.
Daddy-o?
Definitely don't call me daddy.
No, Daddy-o.
In fact, as I understand it, I am probably one of the oldest, if not the oldest, regular Echo Arena player. Martin Third, Grandad the Third, as we like to call him, or I just did, was once was a bit more active than me, but yeah, I don't think anyone. No, Sendo is by definition a couple of months above me, I think, but we also both look 10 years younger than our age. Shit, no, you're right. Speedy, but I don't see much of Speedy now. Does he still play a lot? Is that just NA ignorance?
Who's Speedy?
Speedy's a really nice guy. Proper decent bloke. He was on Metamax, I think. Yes.
Oh, well, Metamax still playing.
Yeah, no, they don't. They wait.
Played at
Where are
OC5.
you?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? They might have played at OC5, but they have since then disbanded. Metamax and 11.5 have now changed. So I believe Strambitsky, Sealable Bag, and Loveridge now are a team. Yep.
The team have been spectating all day.
That's right. They're now Kangorillas, and Omega Gators were a team, but they stopped because QL was in their team and QL's shit. So then,
What are you talking about? I don't throw shade. Of course, man.
You know what's
that was
interesting
my
about
impression.
I mean, QL Young, he's a pretty decent guy actually. But funny thing about QL Young, every single time, he has any kind of exhibition match, any kind of Discord Cup, any official ESL Cup, or otherwise, he will trash talk the shit out of EU, and he will talk shit, and he will have to eat that shit sandwich. I've beaten him in the last 4 proper engagements, and it's hilarious. It really is. But Dash, Wit, and Rocta, that is a team to be reckoned with. They are really. Wit was he was with me at OC5. He was operating the Xbox cam. A really nice guy, really good player. Rocta is a very decent player as well, and Dash he's. I've been told he's the greatest goalkeeper in America, but I saw him at Leicester and he was shit. But everyone else keeps telling me otherwise, so I have to take their opinion.
He's been getting into the casting game, actually.
Combat match.
Is he actually what? Dash has been casted?
Yeah, he casted. Oh my god! Sorry, I just need to go another place. I can't hear you.
Scream. Wait.
Yeah, he casted the last combat cup. I'm not sure how it was.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
are
really
looking
see
good.
it.
With his voice?
I went a little crazy
Yeah.
there for a second.
What?
Hey.
Of course. Yeah, he didn't do text to speech.
Oh, fuck. I hit
I-
something.
Dash is a pretty quiet guy. That surprises me. But
Well, I mean, people didn't. I haven't heard anything about it, and I'm a little ashamed to say I didn't actually watch it.
Capture point. Ready.
So I
Casting
don't
is-
actually know.
honestly, I don't include myself in this because I'm a player who sometimes likes to annoy you.
Have a good
But
game, guys. Yeah.
community casting is honestly a very helpful thing. Unless you hate it, and then you can just mute it and just watch the stream. Either way, it's good.
I didn't hear the last bit you were saying. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm already. I just realised I have to watch another game. I wasn't paying attention. Why am I watching another game? What happened?
Because it's a Swiss 4 round.
So, Kangarillas didn't
This is
win?
the final game.
Wait,
No,
what?
there's one more game. This is the final one.
Should we make an effort and try and
Capture
talk about the
point.
game? Or should
You know,
we talk about
yeah.
other things?
Okay. Here's the deal. We'll talk about the game. We'll actually try and cast because we haven't really done a lot of that.
It's gonna be
and
tough.
then-
I think we should put it to a vote. Let's all vote whether we should cast the game or we should talk about irrelevant nonsense.
No, I
Kind of-
think. Okay, so here's my deal. We'll talk about relevant nonsense for like, however long it takes afterwards. Does that sound good? Like a 10-minute or, if I know us correctly, a 30-minute segment.
The moment I have a scrim of any kind with Echo Arena, let's not piss about. I will leave and play that. But
That is fine.
wait,
I mean-
what tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, actually, Jersey would make a really good co-caster for you tomorrow for the Community Cup.
Well, if
Guy has the knowledge, so
if you want to come on, Jersey, you are more than welcome.
I recommend him. And his accent is even more pretentiously English than mine.
Hell
He doesn't
yeah.
even live in England. How great is that?
That's fantastic. I need to go. I'll be back, but I need to go real quick.
Wait.
Pass the game, goddammit.
Oh, they're all sitting around and talking about nothing. Of course, Ducky's
Prepare to
talking about. He's not talking. Ducky doesn't talk.
A grade.
Thank you. Is your bathroom that close to your computer?
Yeah.
Faraz, the EU meta has changed actually, but we're not going to tell you what because that's a super duper secret. And I think only one of the teams in EU has actually changed their meta. The rest of us still can't do it. But hey,
Yeah. Gravity is really the, amazing team they've been for quite a while now. So of course.
well, Jersey's plan on owning Jax has almost completed. You see, he started with Team Gravity, and now he managed to replace the defender with the greatest defender in EU, and then replace himself with the greatest attacker in EU. And Biotrax
We need to
is
cast.
just the. Oh, okay.
stole it.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to talk to you about this, but we need to cast because we haven't
Sure,
casted
you
a
cast.
bit.
You cast. I'm more interested about your flat. Do you live in an apartment? Is your bathroom that close to your
I
computer?
have a really small apartment.
Were you talking as you were urinating then? Did you have your dick in your hand as you were speaking to me?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So, who's winning?
me right now. I don't know. It does seem that Kangarillas are winning right now. This is not Kangarillas at all. This is Via Respawn. Via Respawn does seem to be winning as they have 49% and they have a man advantage by quite a bit now. 41%. It is getting, held a little bit, contested a little bit, and they are losing men here and there, so it is not too good for them, but we'll see. Oh, and that stun ensures that the attack is not successful at all. Are you good? What's happening, man? You okay?
Thanks, Tails. The fact that you have to ask that question means that you know nothing about Team Gravity. Team Gravity are made up of 3 members currently: Boop, Affentera, Firetrax, and a man in a suit. Yes,
Okay, so the game is about to be. I'm doing my best.
Shit, am I talking over the stream again? Sorry, my bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think we more or less know who will win this game. Of this round specifically, since it does look like a little bit AMOC has kind of. I think they've gotten tired. Oh, DuckTales.
Welcome to the community, DuckTales. You remind me of DuckTales, which was a great TV show I used to watch in my youth. Yes, that's right.
DuckTales.
I would have thought you were too young to remember that.
I'm 23.
Yeah, you're 7 years my junior, and I used to watch it very young, so that's why I would assume
Oh yeah,
you were
you're
too young.
7. Fuck me. So you can like you could have kids and we wouldn't know.
Capture the point.
Like,
I might have kids that I don't know. That's a horrifying thought.
Ooh.
Can you change your DNA? Is that a thing?
What? No.
What?
No. I mean, you could, but you probably get cancer. That's literally what cancer is.
I don't. It's a mutated DNA. It's not changing DNA or whatever. But anyway, the fact is that I'm of the generation where I'm not interested in children. I like having lavish, expensive holidays instead, or vacations.
Why would you then maybe have kids?
I don't know. I had a lot of sex in my college years. I don't know. It could happen.
Without a condom?
Sometimes, yeah.
Only fools don't wrap their tools.
Listen, condoms are like basically injecting your dick with like anesthetic. It's numbing. Wait, hang on. Are we still streaming?
Oh, right. So 1% is going to AMOC
Team are
here.
currently winning, and they will win the whole. Wait, who has to win for the? Who wins?
I don't know. Not
So
us right now.
Wait, hang on. Both these. If Ducky's team wins this, do they then win on points, or is?
I think if Ducky's team win this, they win on points. I'm pretty sure. I can just real quick check the standings, but they didn't win they did win the last game, and they won a couple games before that.
Wait, they beat Strem's team?
I think they did.
We're so bad at this.
You are fantastic. Don't you even suggest? How could you, man? Okay, I'll just position this for a bit. So it does look like Kangarillas is in the lead. Oh, okay, so it's a shared 4th place between Ignite, Via Respawn, and AMOC. So if Kangarillas wins this and AMOC... No, if Kangarillas loses this and AMOC wins this, then they might win. But Kangarillas is in the lead right now. Speaking of being in the lead, Via Respawn crushing this. We need to see an attack like right now from AMOC, and they are going in because they know they have to, but it's not optimal positioning, not optimal anything, and they will get demolished. Which means the game will go...
Not 100, oh, not worth it.
What? Okay. Game will go to Via Respawn.
So who wins if they win? If Ducky's team wins this whole game, who wins the whole thing?
Depending on if Kangarillas loses, maybe Ducky's team, maybe Kangarillas. How do you not? You are in the tournament managers channel. You should know.
That is true.
Work.
That is true. But currently, I am not paying attention to it.
Really, I couldn't tell. I'm being really sassy today. I apologize. Really turning up the heat. It is.
That's fine. I'm just wondering if you can tell that I keep going to the bathroom every now and then without telling you.
I really can't.
You know what? What's your favorite color?
Color? Green. Sorry, no. Blue. Green or blue. But seeing as you've gone to the toilet now, I would just do a bit of trash talking and then return to the game when he comes back. But I really can't think of anything to trash talk. So, haha, he don't know the format. Lol, what a noob.
Who hosted that one? You guys.
I don't know. I've got nothing. Yeah, Danktails, join the Pickup Nights. There'll most likely be one soon.
I think we need to be hosting them.
Ah, Pokemon Go. Right, who's playing next?
We need to host them.
God. We are just a pair of sassy sisters today.
I just love Pokemon Go, and I think everyone should know about it. I feel like Pokemon Go is relevant and interesting, and I'm going to keep talking about it. So, what are we waiting for now? What's happening?
Okay.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I went for one of my secret pisses again, so I don't know what just happened.
I mean,
Cody, you were the
it
leader
being
now.
secret, you kind of gave it away when you were like, oh,
Okay,
you don't know
it
I
was
go
a
to the
secret.
toilet.
I exposed it. I asked you for your color, what your favorite color was, and then I took my heads off. But what is going on now?
And what is going on now is we are going into round number 2 of this game. And if the team that won the last game also wins this one, we will be done.
Cool.
Which is, of course,
What
a
has-
sad thing.
Where's Dodie?
What has to happen for Ducky to not win?
For Ducky to not win, VR Respawn has to... Jesus. VR Respawn has to win. And... or
And then Kangarillas will win.
Kangarillas has to also... Like, if Kangarillas wins, Amok can't win. But if Kangarillas loses, and Amok wins, they might win, depending on the seeding.
Can we? Should we start the lobby? Guys?
Okay.
Okay, don't start it yet. Don't start it.
Okay.
I'm taking you with me.
Alright, I'll wait
Come on,
for
Hopshot.
the deadline then. Vex.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have insurance?
No one gives a shit.
Jesus, there's a kid trying to sell me insurance.
Do you have insurance?
I'll be over here in my bunk bed.
Sir,
myself.
I'm asking a question.
You have a bunk bed?
No, wait, what? Why would I have a bunk bed?
You just said you had a bunk bed.
That is true, you've got me there. That was about the shortest conversation I've had today.
What is your name, sir?
No, I don't have a bunk bed. I have an uncomfortably small bed.
The deal is that
Queen-sized memory foam mattress. That is where it's at.
I have a single memory foam mattress and a memory foam pillow. Fantastic.
Memory foam is the way. I don't mean that memory foam topper shit that you put over regular ones. I mean a full memory foam mattress. It is incredible.
Well,
Except
it
for in the
depends.
summer, because it really does contain heat quite a
Oh
lot.
fuck yeah. Well, I mean it depends. I quite enjoy the topper just because the other one I fall down all the way. And I don't enjoy that at all.
Point.
Oh, wait, just a moment. There we go. But you know, it's taste. But I can tell you, don't ever spoon someone in a single bed. It is one of the most uncomfortable experiences I've ever had. And I accidentally grabbed her face as to not fall down once.
Is this the same woman that you stared at the crotch for 2 hours?
No, not at
That
all.
would be an interesting story.
Later that evening. No, this is I sound like I'm making it sound like I'm a player. I'm not at all. This was just
One
a woman
time,
that didn't
when I was
have
in college,
anyone
I
to stay.
was talking to a girl in bed,
Really.
and I had taken some substances that don't need to be mentioned now. Let's just, make it up. I'll be quick because the game's about to start. And I was talking to her, face to face for a good 15 minutes until she eventually said, "Why are you talking there?" And then I finally focused and realized that I was talking to her elbow. And that is college life for you. And substance abuse. Okay, so who is playing now? It's going to
It's a hell of a one.
be
It's the same teams. It is blue team
Yeah,
is via respawn. Amok is the orange team, not with 2 duckies, but that's that's how it is.
Prepare to capture the point.
It's
This stream has been brought to you by drugs. And remember, kids, if a stranger offers you drugs, say thank you because drugs are expensive. Okay, so we really expect Ducky's team to win this, and then it's all over in terms of the cup. But we won't know the specifics of the winner. Is that correct?
Don't do drugs, Fitz.
Well, I mean, do drugs if you want. Do drugs if you want, just don't get caught. Isn't that the message?
Yeah, don't get caught doing drugs. This message was brought to you by responsible adults. It might, yeah, Jesse. It might come back to EC, but it'll probably come back to EC when we're done. You know, who knows? But
Whoa!
Hey.
Oddly pervy. I didn't stare at no one's crotch for 2 hours. Thank you very much. You put that on him, not me.
Hey, she was at least 18 years old. That's all I'll say about that. So.
I don't like you, Fares. I don't know who you are, but that's fine.
Oh, man.
And it's okay because I don't know who you are, which means no one else will either.
I've never seen Fares before, but speaking of seeing things, we are seeing the game which is going in Amok's favor. See, that one worked, ish. And we see Betsuka actually going with the Comet. We've seen him going on that a bit, but I think Betsuka has been the most versatile player on the team. Going down the stake. Ooh, that is a difficult position, especially when you don't have that much health. I know. Spectating this is, I think, the hardest thing I do. Because casting is easier than spectating.
I mean, we basically have two choices. We can either see what individuals are doing and focus on their specific gameplay and what they're, fighting, or we can go wide and you can see 4v4 clusterfucks that don't really specifically show anything unless you really focus on one thing. We asked earlier, and people generally prefer to see first person. If you guys would rather see it from a wide, I'm sure Malaran would be happy to show you the big picture.
I would. And it should be said, amongst the clusterfuck of talking, that this will be uploaded to YouTube, and it will be up here for 14 days, I think, as a video.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping this would get burned after we did it.
Don't worry, this will be saved forever.
Alright, genuinely speaking, what is your in-game name, and do you just play combat, or do you play arena?
Oh, Farce?
Yep.
Yeah, that's... I actually don't know you, Farce. But, I mean...
No, he might have a different name in-game, like he might be like...
That is true.
Affentera or something.
Oh, Far! Oh!
Okay, he's a bit new to the game. I've seen him.
He's been there for quite a while.
I played a couple of pubs against him. I know of you.
Pretty good. Ooh, a great sneak up there by Stody. Why were they not looking? I mean, I guess it's the opposite direction of where you should be looking, but you only attacked 2 people there. But that one kill won't make up for the 2 people that died, and the attack from Amok isn't...
Hold on. I thought Ducky wasn't allowed in this map. I thought he wasn't a specialist in that.
I don't think that's how it works.
But he was excluded from the last gameplay because...
Well, we also see... Yeah, I think... I can actually see... Oh, okay, no, I can't see who it is. Cool.
Don't assume that people don't like you just because they're being stupid.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, from what I remember, you were quite pleasant. I quite enjoyed talking to you. I think. I mean, if you ask people, they're all gonna say, Tutorial Bot's an idiot, but most people...
That's true.
Enjoy him.
It depends. My demographic tends to be under the age of 13.
Under the age of 13?
Yeah.
You sound extremely defeated right now.
Do you know how close I was today to making a new video? But these kids just wouldn't stop asking me for Pennywise impressions.
Keep jumping.
Oh god, it wouldn't stop. And it just wasn't entertaining. I'm not gonna put it on YouTube. It just wasn't.
That hasn't
Really?
stopped you before. I actually quite enjoy your videos, so...
Wow. A critic. Listen, recently Dick made me play a scary game. That's not my fault. I had no power over it.
No, I'm completely with you on this point. Fuck scary games. I hate them. I will play them for entertainment of others, but I hate them.
VR is a terrifying place to play a horror game.
Oh yeah. By the way, the game is going on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Our Respawn
Yeah.
actually do have quite a big lead here, both a man advantage and a huge lead in points. They haven't gotten the round points up yet, so if they win this one, it's still quite equal. But we never know. We never know. We never know. VR Respawn did take the first match, sorry, the first map. So
Round complete.
if they win this one,
Blue squad
they
victory.
won their this game. If not, then we are going into another game. And if AMOC win that one, they have a chance of winning the game, the whole tournament, to the delight of at least one of the casters. At least one of them.
As a reminder, one of us is a very decent, active, and committed caster, and spoiler alert, it's not me. So I would like, you know, in school I was always called a bad example on my students, and I think this is probably a case of that. But
I think that's the hardest teacher put down. Like, oh, well, I mean, you can always be a bad example, so that's fine. Like, goddamn.
Danktails, I forgot I wasn't paying attention earlier. It doesn't matter whether you're EU or NA. If you add tutorial bot on Oculus and then ping me on Discord, I will happily, if I have the time, go into a private arena with you and teach you at least as much as I know, which isn't much.
Stole it.
It's quite a bit. Don't sell yourself short. It is quite a bit.
Was that a short joke?
Yes.
You thought about it then, you're like, shit, I have an opportunity to be funny, I'm taking it. Nice.
Comedy. Yeah, again, Vexy here. The as we saw there, what are they called? The shotguns just don't seem to be working as well in the hands of other teams than EMOC. We did see them work there, but that was for like overwhelming manpower more than anything else, really. So it's kind of weird. I think they found their groove in using that specific thing, but they need to be more out there.
Yo, someone pinged me. Is that Dank?
You need to get off the. Oh, Ducky getting completely smashed there. That was. Whew, there was not a lot he could do because that was a sneak up there, but still. That was quite brutal to watch. You need to take it off the do not disturb thing. You've had it on that for like a year.
No, I leave that on there. There's a reason for that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I could imagine, yeah.
Sometimes I get bugged. Let's just say Echo Arena is not the only community I'm part of, and I need to be left alone sometimes. It's the best way, trust me.
I mean, I could imagine. So, speaking of imagining things, we might be imagining an end, or a continued existence within this stream. Who knows? Who knows? So, if AMOC wins this, we will get on to our next game. If not, we will be more or less done, I think. I'm not quite sure who wins, but, you know, we'll see. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. Well, oh, shit. We need to talk. We need to talk for a bit. So, Stoji doing his best defend, but not really doing a good job of it, but they will ultimately kind of hold off this attack. It's more or less up to Batsuka here. Mushkoko will sneak in, sneak a little bit too far past his opponent, and
Point contested.
he just needs to get a single pot shot off. But in comes the shotgun of the opponent's team. I can't quite see who it is. That is someone, and they will get a kill. And the double shotgun, there's not really a lot you can do if you only have a sniper here. But wait until your team gets in. It kind of helps you out. Let's see here. Somebody needs to go in. And they will get it.
Point stolen.
No. Ducky is not commentating.
What?
I don't know.
Did he think I was Ducky? Are you fucking kidding me? What?
Yeah. We're gonna go to...
Shit. That's bad.
Oh my god, the amount of just shotguns. God damn. There's one sniper here and like 6 shotguns. You can't get over this, can you?
Not really. Not really. I did talk about him, but not in the first person. You think... What?
GG, guys.
Well, Lauren quite enjoyed this.
Why
Oh!
why would anyone not want to talk in real life in game and then talk like this in front of like 20 people? I don't understand. Anyway,
That's fantastic.
who is the winner then?
VR Respawn won this game. So, the winner of the cup maybe Kangaroos. And with 8 points to the closest runner-up with 4, our winner for this cup will be Kangaroos. In a close second is Ignite. Well, I say close second. VR Respawn will actually grab up, take 6 points instead of the 4 for Ignite. So VR Respawn, Jesus. VR Respawn will be in second.
Okay, so who wins?
Share third is Ignite and Amok. Bite.os is a 5th, and Barbarian Flamingos did forfeit 2 times, so they have 0 points. Kangaroos will be the ultimate winners for today. So good cup. Not the best casting.
Wait, who wins? By the way, I am Boop. I can score any shot anyway, and I like brown sauce butties. So prove I'm not Boop. Good. Right.
Don't ding it like twice in a game.
Who wins? I still don't understand who wins.
Kangaroos won. How? You played this format for a year. How? What the hell, man?
Listen. I'll be honest.
Got it.
Pretty drunk.
Don't worry, I got you.
Okay, so thanks to Malaran for letting me help him. No, thanks Malaran for giving up his integrity as a very decent caster. Honestly, this guy is great. He will sit here for 12 hours and cast on no sleep whatsoever. With all stupidity aside, Malaran, you're an awesome guy. I'm sorry for dumbing your channel down by being part of it. I enjoy it, and I think one audience member is good enough to justify me being here. So thanks for having me. I'm sorry we didn't stick much to the topic. Echo Combat is actually quite difficult to cast purely due to the clusterfuckery nature of it. But well done to Kangaroos, and well done to everyone else who played. I want to thank my mum for her portion of genetics.
Damn it, it
I'll
was
thank
going
my dad
so
for
well, man.
keeping his genetics out of mine so that I was nothing like him. And thanks to Malaran for once again listening to me for many hours. I appreciate it, and if I offended anyone, well, go cry in a corner, and no one cares. So
Okay. Thank you for being here, Totoro. I
No
think
worries. I think I need to be a little more sober for next time I do this because it gets
Maybe.
worse.
But, or maybe
it's-
we need to do a different sort of thing and maybe not casting.
maybe,
'Cause it
maybe,
seems-
maybe we just chat shit for a long time. I don't know.
That
Either
would
way,
be pretty
that
fun.
was the Echo Combat Cup, and one of the teams won it. So, team, well done.
Congratulations, Kangarillas. I'll
That's-
just say.
Yep, that one. That's the team that did it. Awesome. See ya.
Good. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Please, and I should say again, if you wanna contact me about anything, please do so. I'm in the Discord. If you want to help out or anything, please contact me. That'd be great. Have a wonderful night, and thank you for coming out to this mess of a stream. It was fun. So have a good one, and see you.